sports related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spine1.com.
Member Week is back at Lowe's with big savings for pros. Now through October 15th, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, building materials, and more. Plus, get free standard shipping. Shop these exclusive member-only savings before they're gone. Not a rewards member? Join for free today. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You are listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6, presented by Rock's Heating and Air. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UNLV with pregame starting at 1. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Bentley with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Humble bragging.
I slept great until I got up this morning at my accustomed time of 3:45 to get ready for this extravaganza.
Bitter jealousy.
We've been working together for 9 years.
That's true. That's true.
9 years, and a lesser stag has caught your scent.
And timeless Friday traditions.
I'm like, let's go. Let's get the party started. I'm ready to go.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
And with that, we are off and rolling on a Friday morning with you. You made it. The weekend is just within your grasp. Congratulations. I hope you have a great one planned. We have a big football Friday planned for you. We got an Is It Just Me Friday with you already underway. We're already hearing from some of you. The concept is simple. It's a tradition unlike any other. You just give us those hot sports opinions that have built up over the course of the week that you just got to get off your chest. Give them to us on the RamosLaw.com text line 303. And away you go. Want plenty of opinion, humor, snark, work in a Brandon Stokley French Cajun word or phrase of the day, and you move up right to the top of the line. So first of all, we say good morning to Brandon Stokley. Hello.
Hello, Mike. Good morning.
How are you?
Doing great.
Good. And then we also head down to Jacksonville, Florida. Lovely Jacksonville, where Mark Schlereth is there getting ready to call the Jags in Seattle this weekend. How are things, I assume, surfside, beachside? What's going on?
Yeah, I am surfside. It is very windy, Mike. I think there's a hurricane or something brewing out in the ocean. I don't think it's going to hit land, but it's very, very windy. And I was doing my exercises on the lanai this morning, and very sandy on top of my lanai. I didn't like that. I got sand on my feet, between my toes. I had to go rinse them off in the tub.
Well, at least you don't get them up into your crotch, right? There was nothing like quite as a kid going to the beach and coming home at the end of the day with just a crotch full of sand. Ooh, that was always a very unpleasant shower or bath to take after that.
Yes, that is always. And sometimes you get a little bit of a rubbage there. A
little rubbage, yes.
Yeah, just a little rash, if you will. So, I mean, I couldn't. Could you imagine with my ears how hot they are? And if that happened too, that would be. I wouldn't be able to be on the show today.
Misery. Well, as mentioned, it isn't. Is It Just Me Friday, and
we've already received, guys, a bunch of these, and I started seeing them late last night. Is it just me, or did watching the Eagles last night take some of the shine off the Broncos win on Sunday? Stoke, did you feel that as you were watching that unfold last night? The Giants really dominating the Eagles?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, maybe they're not who we thought they were. They're a 4-0 team that has looked like they have a Super Bowl hangover. And so we'll see how, what the rest of the season looks like. But that's why especially early in the season, it's hard to put a lot into wins, losses, because you don't know who these teams are. And case in point, you look up and you see the Eagles getting shellacked by the Giants, 4 days after the Broncos beat them. So, I mean, are the Eagles a great team? Are they a good team? I don't know. I don't know who they are this year. We know last year they were a great team, but this year, who are they? So, yeah, I mean, you look last night and you say, well, the Eagles might not be that good.
Yeah, listen, I look at it like, one, we probably exposed them. We exposed them a little bit. But, I talk about this all the time, and, and I know you guys, you'll make fun of me because it's cliche or whatever, but, man, what happened to your identity? Who have you guys become? When did you all of a sudden decide, hey, we're going to be a passing team? And, it's interesting. You lose the continuity of your quarterback coach. You lose the continuity of your play caller, who goes to, both of those guys go to New Orleans. And I tell you what, they don't look the same. They don't look like they know who they are. And, I mean, Barkley gets 12 carries. What do you have? Carry had 6 carries last week. Again, I mean, maybe they're not who they were last year, but they certainly don't seem like they know what they're doing and who they are as an organization right now.
Do you think it took some of the shine off of the Broncos win?
No, I don't. It didn't take any shine off for me because it was still a big-time comeback and it was a big-time win. And I know how hard it is to play on a Thursday night because we see it all the time, especially for the team that has travel. So it doesn't take any shine off for me.
No, not for me either, because I think what sometimes happens with a team that's a defending champ, you come out to start the season, you're kind of fired up, you're still kind of feeling the buzz from last year, and you want to go out and you want to sort of validate it. But then as the season starts to unfold, how long the season starts to kind of hit you. And then I think you kind of go into a lull, especially losing the way they did to the Broncos on Sunday, the quick turnaround on Thursday. They're going to be playing the Giants again in just a couple of weeks. So I think I pass it more off to trying to be a defending champ, the hangover, quick turnaround on a Thursday night, and just, and the Giants, look, who are the Giants, right? I mean, they're a team that beat Philadelphia last night. 2 weeks ago, they beat the Chargers at home, but then in between, they lost to New Orleans in New Orleans. So, to your point, Stoke, maybe it's just one of those things. It's the random nature of the NFL. Just when you think it's going to zig, it zags.
Yeah, but they're not a good football team. They've been outgained every game this season. Every game. 6 games. They have been outgained offensively. I mean, I don't think they're a good football team.
So you're not as impressed with what the Broncos did last week.
How can I be? I just saw the Giants wax them. Cam Scatterboo looking like Mark's old teammate John Riggins. You got Jackson Dart, doing his thing. So I don't know. I mean, until I see the Eagles play good football again, I mean, they look like an average team.
So the Broncos are still searching for that signature win then?
Well, I don't, we'll see how it plays out. But, right now it doesn't look like it was the win that maybe we all thought it was, right? I mean, because look at the Eagles, what they did last night. So how can we say it's this great win when the Eagles look like a average to below average football team?
Man, that was a real downer.
Oh, sorry.
That was it. That was a downer. Hey, listen,
it's the truth.
There is some silver lining. If you do look at it that way, and you look at it like, hey, man, now all of a sudden it takes some of the shine off that win against Philadelphia. Maybe they're not that good. we still looking for our signature win. We thought we had it, blah, blah, blah. And they get to play the Giants in a couple, next week after this Jets game. But here is the silver lining in that cloud. Did you see the dirt ball that Russ threw on 3rd down and 9? Man, I took some perverse pleasure in that. I was like, thank you. Thank you.
We are off and rolling here on an Is It Just Me Friday. What about a Broncos country? Does some of the shine come off that Eagles win based on what you saw last night? Let us know. Coming up next, we'll take a closer look at the Jets. And despite the 0-5 record, what makes them potentially dangerous? That, and man, what a difference a year makes when it comes to this part of the Avalanche. That's next.
After a signature win against the Eagles, can the Broncos avoid a trap game against the struggling Jets? How will Sean Payton manage the absence of Ben Powers? We'll break it all down in a special London edition of the Fan Football Pregame Show. Live on game day starting at 6 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Man, I love the fall. I love the cooler temperatures, but I also love reliable hot water. Feels like you need it more and rely on it more. It just hits a little harder as you get into this cool weather. I'm a creature of habit guy in the early morning hours, and I shudder literally at the thought of starting off a day with a cold shower. Now's a great time to schedule a water heater maintenance checkup with Copperhead Plumbing. They are water heater specialists. Get a reliable checkup for your water heater. If you're in the market for a new one, tankless or conventional, they'll help you get into the right one for your home size, usage, and cost. Own a home or business long enough, you'll experience all kinds of plumbing issues. Copperhead Plumbing can help with all of them with a fleet of licensed technicians who all must pass thorough background checks and continue their education with monthly training. So whether it's water heaters, leaky faucets, outdoor water features, water alarms, garbage disposals, sump pumps, water softeners, and so much more, put your trust where I do and where I recommend all the guys here. Stokes Sink, most recently Cecil, Copperhead Plumbing. Locally owned and operated since 2007, commercial or residential, committed to quality work done right the first time. Call 303-552-3491 and at CopperheadPlumbingInc.com. They plumb different, they plumb custom.
As days get shorter and roads get busier, fall brings more accidents. If you've been injured, Postman Law is here to help. No fees unless we win. Call 844-POSTMAN. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Where will you find her perfect engagement ring?
There's only one fine jeweler in Denver with all the world's top bridal designers. I'm Dylan Williams.
And I'm Shayna Williams from Williams Jewelers. Only here in our bridal design gallery will you find Gabriel & Company, A. Jaffe, Hearts on Fire, and the legendary Takori.
Thousands of diamond engagement rings from every style and every price range.
If it's on her Pinterest page, it's here.
Add to that our famous Williams Jewelers Diamond Bar with almost every size, shape, and price range diamond.
And our expert diamond professionals will help you put it all together perfectly.
At the guaranteed best price in Colorado. We even have flexible payment terms for qualified buyers, so you can do this today.
That's why more couples say, will you, with Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Whether it's kickoff, halftime, or the final drive, Fuel your football season at Dickey's Barbecue Pits. Order the 2 Can Dine for $29.99 deal. 2 meat plates stacked with pit smoke flavor. Or go for the new Triple Play Combo. A classic sandwich, savory side, and a big yellow cup for just $12.99. No matter who you're rooting for, great barbecue is always a win. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, legit. Texas barbecue.
Payton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Tune into Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Music history.
I've now baptized you in the glory of Led Zeppelin.
Brutal honesty.
Today's just been a bad day for you, Mike. I don't know how else to put it.
And some questionable taste.
I do not heat up leftovers.
Oh, my
I only eat
God.
leftovers cold.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
All right, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. It's a Bud Light Football Friday, also an Is It Just Me Football Friday. As we get rolling, Mark is down in Jacksonville. He's with us for the first 2 hours of the show, as he's going to be calling Jacksonville and Seattle this weekend on Fox. Guys, on the Ramoslaw.com text line, is it just me if the Broncos lay an egg against the Jets? Then the victory over the Eagles doesn't mean diddly squat. Yeah, I think that one's kind of an obvious one, isn't it, guys? That if you do put stock into what they did against the Eagles, Stoke, then the next step in proving that you know how to win is go out and beat the team you're supposed to beat, 0-5 Jets, after coming off a big victory. Prove that you can handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you drop this one, then I mean, what does last week matter? So you're on to the next game. You got to prove something every week, and so you have to, if you want to be talked about. To your point, Mike, if you want to be talked about with the top teams in the NFL, you got to take care of business against teams that you're supposed to beat, and that's where we're hoping the Broncos are in that conversation as being one of the better teams in the NFL. but certainly you got to take care of business, especially on a neutral site. A team that's reeling right now in the Jets. That's what good teams do. So, you can't take a step back now.
Here's the good news, though. You were worried about Mike. You were worried about a letdown game against the Giants,
right?
Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
I don't think so.
Not only you got to play the Jets in London, then you got to fly back to Denver, but now you're going to get the Giants on 10 days rest. That is like you want to talk about. You want to talk about your schedule, which looked like, hey man, we were talking about they should go 6-0 down this stretch. This is like after beating Philadelphia. Well, we don't have to worry about a letdown game because the Giants. I understand what Stokes said. They've been outgained in every game, but hey, the Jackson Dart thing, they've got some energy. The Cam Scattaboo thing, they've got some energy. And I'm telling you, they do have a good defense. Sexy Dexy can play. They've got edge rushers in Burns. They've got, a couple of Abdul Carter. They got some guys that can play. So all of a sudden this becomes like, I know I don't want to look ahead to next week. But
you kind of are.
But I'm looking ahead to next week. Yeah, because the Jets, you said the Giants are a bad team. The Jets are a bad team. The Giants are a scary team.
Do you want to do it or
They're
me?
Not great.
You want to do it or me, Stoke?
Go ahead. I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's the Eagles who've been outgained in all their games, not the Giants.
Oh, the Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I didn't know what Stoke was talking about. He was meandering on, and I got confused.
You just did?
Yes, and I got confused though, because all your meandering.
Pot me a kettle.
Can we
pot me a kettle?
Yo,
can we talk about the Jets?
You said the Giants. You said the Giants. I thought you said the Giants were a bad team. The Giants are a bad team.
Well, the Jets are a bad team so far, 0-5. Offensively, they haven't been horrible. They're kind of a middle of the pack in the NFL. They are averaging about 22 points per game. The Broncos are a little over 23. So offensively, there's no real difference between these two teams. But defensively, the Jets are giving up over 30 points per game. They gave up 34 against Pittsburgh, 30 against Buffalo, 29 against Tampa, 27 against Coach Capri Pants and the Dolphins, 37 last week against Dak and the Cowboys. I know, Mark, you did a Jets game late last season, one of their last games of the season. Did you come away thinking they were this bad defensively? Because they've been dreadful.
No, I've they've got a pretty decent group up front, but Sauce Gardner hasn't played as well. Like their back end hasn't been as good, but not this dreadful. No, they had some makings of some guys that could like Quinn Williams can play. They've got some edge people that can rush. I wouldn't expect them to be that bad, and they have been that bad all season long.
Yeah, it's just a bad football team. They haven't had a turnover yet. I think
that's right.
Through 5 games, they haven't caused a turnover defensively. So, you look up. They got some talent on that side of the football, but it's just so far they have not played well.
Well, the Avalanche got a win last night. They're 2-0, and the words used to describe the win range from sloppy, sluggish, ugly, but at the end of the day, what matters? You get the win, you get the 2 points, and how about the story in the first 2 games? Wedgie. Scott Wedgwood, the backup goalie, because Mackenzie Blackwood starting the season banged up. Wedgwood, the career backup, getting 2 starts and was awesome last night. It is fair to say that without him, they lose that game. If you want to go with it, I'll take it. The goalie stole one for you last night. So the Avs get a win. Nathan McKinnon, a third period power play goal that ended up being the difference. But, man, what a difference a year makes. A year ago at this time, guys, it was Alexander Georgiev, and we're all holding our breath every time he went between the pipes. Now you look at it a year later, man, the goaltending situation, honestly, Stoke, you don't even think about it right now, right? It just kind of just feels like it's stable, secure, and let's go.
Yeah, much different situation than what you were in last year. Totally flipped that room over, and you feel a lot more confident in the goalie now, in the goalie situation, both of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some depth there. Great job of flipping that room over from last year. and making those moves. But you feel much better, much more confident about that situation this year at this time than you did last year.
Mike, is that his official nickname, Wedgie? Is it his?
Well, it's hockey, so it's either you either put like a IE or an ER at the end of everything. So it's either Wedger or Wedgie.
Right.
You'd be Stokley would be Stokes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your hockey nickname would be, let's see, Brandon Stokley would be, you'd still be Stoke.
Or just Stoke, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be Stoker or Stokey. So you'd be just Stoke.
What's Mark?
Mark would probably be
Marky,
yeah.
Marky.
Stinky, Stinker.
Stinker. Could be Stinker. Could be Stinker.
Could be that.
Yeah.
Can you see your teammates talking to you? Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what a performance. Stinker really lifted us up tonight.
Stinker lifted us up. Hey, he gets the 1 star.
He gets the first star. Yeah.
First star.
Yeah. Well, that was.
Did Wedgie get the first star?
Wedgie got the first star. He was most deserving of the first star.
Who got the third star? Because that's important.
That's very important. Who gets that third star?
Very important.
It's almost more important than who gets the second star, right?
If you have a sloppy victory, do you still get 2 points?
You
or
still
do they
get
give
2
you like
points.
1.5 points.
Nope.
They don't give you they don't cut a half point off or something?
Mark, I can understand that's a fair question considering that hockey has about 5 or 6 different kinds of points that they hand out. You could say, do you only get a point and a half for a sloppy win instead of 2? But no, in this case, they get the full 2.
How'd they do in their even Steven time on ice?
Even Steven time on ice, they were sloppy, sluggish, but still came away.
Sorry, I'll quit interrupting.
With the win. You're just getting hockey guy very, very upset. And the beauty of it is, I know you're doing it on purpose. Is It Just Me Friday continues on. What do you guys think of Justin Fields at this stage of his career? That's next.
Do the issues for the Buffs this season begin on the sideline?
I do not think it's a good look for Deion Sanders to continue to say we have more talent than our opponent and we're losing. Because me, just as a football fan, when you say that and you go to that well, I just start thinking of coaching.
Again, I think he's
Denver
learning.
Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
What is happening, fellas? Stoke here for my friends at Embers Golf. If you're like me, you know fall golf is hands down the best golf Colorado has to offer. I absolutely love it. The air is crisp, the courses are pure, and it's the perfect time to fine-tune your game before the season ends. And the best place to do that, Embers Golf in Westminster. What I love about Embers Golf, it isn't your big box golf store. Nope, it's boutique style, family-owned, and built for true golf enthusiasts. They're not just selling golf clubs, they're crafting a full journey personalized to you and your game. They got 2 private hitting base, all the major brands, Callaway, G4, Titleist, TaylorMade, whatever you need, they've got you covered, and they specialize in custom upgraded shafts that take your game to the next level. Trust me, I know. I got a full fitting driver, 3-wood, all my irons. I absolutely love my new clubs. So do what I did and go get a full bag fitting. You can actually feel the difference. Seriously, there's nothing else like it around. So before the snow hits, get yourself dialed in. Embers Golf, where your golf journey begins.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. The year's biggest watch event is here. The annual watch fair at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 company, is happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th, at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. Discover the latest creations from the world's finest watchmakers. Explore the year's most talked about timepieces up close with hands-on access, brand representatives, and expert insights. Be among the first to explore cutting-edge designs, rare limited editions, and one-of-a-kind vintage timepieces. Plus, enjoy special 12-month financing. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Do not miss the ultimate watch experience at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company. Make your appointment today at the1916company.com for the annual watch fair happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Did you know that I actually have some psychic abilities? Yep, had a new client come in the other day to get signed up, and she said, Dan, you know, they've already made me an offer. And I said, well, let me guess. It was $1,500. And her eyes got real big, and she said, Dan, how'd you know that? And I said, let me take another guess. When you said you weren't sure, they said, okay, we'll offer you the maximum amount allowed of like $3,500. The client couldn't believe what she was hearing. But let me let you know in a little secret. I'm not a psychic. I just know all of the insurance companies' dirty little tricks. They use these tricks to put pressure on you so they can get off the hook cheap. At 303 Law 4040, we're here to make sure that they play fair. We're going to make sure you get feeling better and the insurance companies pay what's right. Call us at any time. You can speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6, presented by Rocks Heating and Air. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UNLV with pregame starting at 1. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Bentley with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Relentless mind games.
Are you trying to get me in an O'Reilly right now?
Total accountability.
You're always throwing your teammates under the bus. That's just what you do.
And a sprinkle of advanced analytics.
The Boo rating, BOO, which is balls over opponent.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Great to have you with us on this Friday morning. Got Stoke here to my left. Mark is down in Jacksonville, beachside. He was out early this morning doing high knees on the sand. He'll be calling Jacksonville and Seattle this week for Fox. And guys, we look forward to the Broncos Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Can't wait to get up early and watch the Broncos and then have the rest of your Sunday free for you. But taking on the Jets means taking on Justin Fields. Justin Fields now in his, fifth year in the NFL. And remember, you can still probably remember the debate draft night when the Broncos were picking, ninth. And Justin Fields was on the board. And they went with Patrick Surtain. And you had plenty of people, Mark, screaming for them to have taken Justin Fields. Clearly, the Broncos made the right decision. But as we see some of these quarterbacks who were drafted very high, who just weren't ready to live up to that draft billing and have gone on to other places and have eventually kind of figured it out a little bit. We watched the Baker Mayfields. We watched the Sam Darnolds. We watch some other quarterbacks like that. Do you think that we're going to see the same thing eventually happen with Justin Fields?
It's an interesting question. I think that you look at Justin Fields, like his game in general, and he's much more of a threat running the football and being an athlete than he is, dropping back in the pocket and being, just a drop back quarterback. So, still the passing game is a bit, it's a bit. The whole offense is a bit slighted to, using your quarterback as an athlete, and that's what they're good at. And so has he made improvements? Yeah, he's made improvements, but is he a legitimate NFL kind of drop back quarterback? No, he's not close to that yet. So I don't know what he's going to be eventually, Mike, but it's right now it isn't trending exceptionally well. Let's say that.
No, when you're a dynamic runner at the quarterback position and you're not a great thrower of the football, usually when you age, you don't get any better, right? And so the injuries start to really show themselves and the wear and tear. But certainly he's a dynamic runner of the football. You have got to do a good job of keeping him in the pocket and with your rush lanes, and also with their RPO game. And, you have to account for him. And you have to account for him in the passing game also. So whether that's a spy or, like I said, having good rush integrity and not getting out of your rush lane and giving him an opening to run with the football. But you're not really overly concerned with him beating you from the pocket. And so those guys usually don't age well at the quarterback position.
Well, you're talking about a guy who right now still is a really good running back who happens to play quarterback. He's in his career barely over 61% completion percentage. He hasn't even come close to throwing for 3,000 yards in a season. Never mind 4,000 yards or more. Has never got close to 3,000. And his career touchdown interception is 49 touchdowns to 31 interceptions. That's not going to cut it either. However, he every once in a while will give you glimpses of what could be, potentially be. And Broncos country, you recognized it. You saw it once just a couple of years ago in 2023. Remember when he was playing for Chicago and the Bears jumped out to that big lead and the Broncos rallied back to win that game 31-28. But in that game, Fields was 28 of 35 for 335 yards and 4 touchdowns. So it's a possibility with him. There is some potential for him to go off. So that is just something to keep in your mind. But to your point, Mark, if you can make him just play quarterback and don't let him get running around, just make him play quarterback. Here's what, before you respond, here's what VJ had to say about Fields.
He's dangerous. Obviously with his legs, he's a better runner than Jalen, in my opinion. He has a great arm. He's obviously, bouncing around the teams, but, not his fault. He's competed everywhere he's gone. But he's capable of making big plays, and that's scary for a coach. It only takes one play on defense to give up a big play.
Yeah, I think that VJ's right. One, oftentimes what teams try to do is they try to bring an extra defender down, to defend the run and defend his legs, and then you get one-on-ones. If you get behind him, one thing that Jalen Hurts, one thing that he told me, Justin Fields told me is, hey, man, the best part of my game throwing is the deep ball. If I get one-on-ones, a deep post or a go, that's what I throw better than any other thing I throw. And so ultimately, if you can shut down the run and get them in long yardage situations and play some zone behind it, that's what he doesn't do well. And so, but VJ's 100% right. You saw the one touchdown when they almost came back the other day where he took it like 40-some-odd yards on a scramble. Like that guy can make you pay with the big plays. So it is that part is scary, but from a consistency standpoint, he lacks a little bit.
Yeah, well, you talked about a couple years ago, Mike. We saw him last year, Pittsburgh. He was their starting quarterback.
Right.
So they game planned for him last year against Pittsburgh, where he went 13 for 20 117 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and he ran the ball 8 times for 27 yards. So they did a good job of containing him in the running game. Now, the Broncos didn't win that football game, but having planned for him last year, I think, helps Vance in what they're going to do. Probably similar style of defense that they used against Pittsburgh a year ago. They'll probably use pretty much the same thing because they did a pretty good job against them. Just our offense stunk. I mean, we lost 13-6 in that one, so at home. But they did a good job against Justin Fields.
All right, so we're off and rolling. Coming up next, we'll open up the text lines to you, get you involved here on the conversation. A lot of you coming after Stoke. They don't like Stoke. They don't like your vibe this morning. They think you're being a little too much of a Debbie Downer, and we'll let you address that. We'll let you respond, okay? And also, why we all here want to give you, the great 6 a.m. listeners, our heartfelt appreciation and thanks. We'll tell you all about it next.
Will Nick Benito extend his lead as the NFL sack leader? Can J.K. Dobbins continue his hot start in the run game? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, let me ask you a question. Have you gone 3 years or more without filing your taxes? Believe it or not, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not out of options. Join my buddy Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions for a free online workshop coming up Tuesday, October 21st at 5:30 p.m. where Todd will tackle the tough questions that maybe you've just been too unsure or too afraid to ask. Like, can you still get a refund if you file late? What if the IRS filed returns for you and you didn't even know? How far back do you really need to file? What happens if you've moved and missed critical IRS notices? What does the IRS do to tax protesters? And the big one, could you actually go to jail for all of this? The good news is you can feel secure that you're getting your questions answered by a pro, somebody who's been doing this for a long time. Todd Whalen, a CPA enrolled agent and certified tax resolution specialist with over 30 years of experience, passionately helping individuals resolve serious IRS tax problems. So get set to get signed up Tuesday, October 21st, 5:30 p.m., the free online workshop. Very easy to do. Visit advancedtaxsolutions.com/thefan to sign up or call them at 303-753-6040.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Winning matters. Postman Law has recovered over $3 billion for clients. Injured? Call 844-POSTMAN. It's free to see if you have a case. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they've got a great deal on windows, so take advantage before the snow starts falling. Order your windows in October, finance your project with them, and you won't pay anything until November of 2027. Be warm during the holidays. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the cold weather arrives. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan today at 720-405-3300. That's 720-405-3300.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
If you're considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Short-term memory loss.
I don't remember. What was the reason I gave for earlier?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't remember what you said. You think I remember the reason?
Ironclad sources.
One of the biggest haters in my life, my wife. My wife. She will even vouch for that story.
And spontaneous karaoke.
New additions like Ronnie, Bobby,
Ricky and Mike.
If I like a girl who can cool it down.
Slow it down.
Watch out, I'm gonna lose control.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, here we go on this Friday. Is It Just Me Friday? And the theme, the question that has arisen here during this first hour, the Philly Giants game last night. Giants just kind of toying with Philadelphia for most of the night. Does that take some of the shine off the Broncos win over the Eagles? Reaction on the RamosLaw.com text line. Stoke is from Gary in Lakewood. Stoke, you say if the Broncos want to be talked about like one of the good teams, well, who are those teams? The Chiefs, the Ravens, the Eagles? Face it, there are no dominant teams in the league this year. You could nitpick almost any win against any team this year.
No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I think you look at teams like the Bills, the Chiefs. I think they're still in that conversation.
Bills just lost to New England.
I got you. I mean, when was the last time a team went 17-0? Okay, I mean, it just doesn't happen. It's a hard thing to do, win every football game in the NFL. So every now and then, do you still think Buffalo's a good football team?
Yes.
Do you think Philly's a good football team?
Yes, I think they're a good football team who has now entered their Super Bowl hangover funk.
Yeah.
For the middle of the season.
And I'm not sure who Philly is. So I look at this win against the Eagles a little bit differently today than I did maybe a week ago. I can't lie because of how they played last night. And now they've lost 2 in a row. And really how they played all season. I mean, they haven't been a good football team this year, even though they started 4-0. They haven't looked like the same football team. So I know they're the defending Super Bowl champ, but it's hard to look at that win the same after what you saw against the Giants.
It is. I mean, I get it. It is. I still look at Philly as a really good team, knows how to win. What were they when the Broncos went in 20-1 in their last 21 games?
Right.
So you still give them a lot of credit for what they've been able to do. But they certainly, especially offensively, they certainly feel like they've lost some of their identity. Obviously, Saquon Barkley isn't having the same kind of season he had last year. They've had some injuries and some change on their offensive line, and lost coaches and all that stuff. So the continuity has not been there. But it does, I mean, to Stokes' point, I still look at it as, hey, man, that's a big quality victory because you went on the road, early morning kind of time, the early game and all that kind of stuff, going east, having to go to London after that. So it's still a big win, but it's not quite as big as it was a couple of days ago.
Well, we're getting a few from this standpoint, and I completely understand where fans are coming from with this one. Is it just me, or maybe we should give the Broncos credit for sending the Eagles into this funk? That's a fair point.
No, but the Eagles, they've been outgained every year. So it wasn't just against the Broncos. And then now they lost another game, but they haven't played well all year long, especially offensively. I mean, that's why, A.J. Brown, he's pouting already. That was before the Broncos game. He was upset. He's not getting the catches and the action that he's used to. Saquon's not getting the touches that we saw from him last year in the production. So that's been going on all year.
From Fred in Jacksonville, who, by the way, said, tell Mark I'll be picking him up from the hotel to take him to the stadium. I'll have a Schlereth sign in my hand. He said, I'll be in the 2008 black Toyota Yaris. But Fred says, is it just
I'll
me?
get in.
Yeah, I know you will. Hey, there's somebody holding a card with my name on it. Must be my ride. He says, is it just me here? I thought it was going to be Marilat pouncing on the Broncos, beating the Eagles, being no big deal. Can't believe it's coming from you, Stoke.
I think it was a good win. I don't know if it was a special win like everyone's portraying it to be. It just doesn't feel like that now. Sorry. It's still a good win. But was it special? We shall see as the season progresses. And Broncos, it's a win. I mean, we're not throwing a parade for a fifth week of the season win over a good football team, are we? Are we?
So let me.
Is that where we're at?
No, but so let me assume this then. Am I right in saying that as far as you're concerned, while you expect them to win a lot of these upcoming games, you'll still have your doubts, questions, or they'll still need to prove something to you, whatever. We're going to have to wait until November 16th, home against Kansas City for that one. Although Kansas City could be 2-4 by Sunday night. Maybe the Chiefs, maybe you'll come out and say after beating the Chiefs, well, the Chiefs, they're just not the same team anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they look like. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the Giants all of a sudden look like a good football team. Are they? I don't
lost
know.
to the Saints last week.
Yeah. But Jackson Dart looks like he might be, the answer at the quarterback position. Scadaboo's playing great. So, Cowboys, who are the Cowboys? I don't know. They seem like they're playing pretty well right now. But I don't know what they're going to look like in 3 weeks.
Hey, I want to, on behalf of Stoke and Stink and Ty and Johnny, we want to thank all of our great 6 a.m. listeners because we had a heck of a summer thanks to you. And in the latest ratings book, the summer book, the last few months, We are, The Fan is the #1 sports station in Denver, and this show, in large part thanks to you, is the #1 morning sports show in Denver. So thank you very much. It says something during the summer when there's not a ton going on. We had a lot of fun with you, especially the 6 a.m. listeners. We had a lot of fun. We did some off the wall type stuff, but it worked and it was fun. And let's keep it going into this deep into this football season now with the startup of the Avs and the Nuggets. But thank you very much for all of you out there for helping us, listening to us, supporting us. We appreciate it. And #1 in Denver. So very, very happy for that. Is it just me? Friday rolls on as we'll jump back into it. Mark, I guess, was that a sneeze? I don't know. With Mark, you never know with the sound effects in the background. It's always something.
I was just thinking, grateful to be a part of the 6 a.m. #1 ratings 6 a.m. sports show.
Well, it's for the whole show. It's for the whole show.
Thank you for including me,
no,
Mike.
That includes
sure.
8 o'clock and 9 o'clock as well.
Well, you said the 6 a.m.
Well, that's the people we're talking to right now. Jeez.
I get you.
Man, I thought you expended all of your sensitivity yesterday, but apparently not.
No, I mean, I'm sure now Stokes going to attack me. You're attacking me for 6 a.m. Stokes is going to go after me for Elway. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing?
We'll do that next.
Are the Avalanche once again in a familiar situation with a crucial top 6 player?
I hate that this Netch's thing is going into the season. I hate it. I hate it so much because if he starts fast, and I expect he's going to, then you're in the same situation as the Mikko thing last year. Yeah. I can't stand it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, by now, a lot of you have discovered it, but for you remaining holdouts, let's get it done this weekend. Big weekend of high school, college, and, of course, pro football. Make sure you have Daisy Dips, Daisy French Onion, Daisy Ranch Dip for all of your game day spreads, from your veggies and your chips and your wings to anything that you may be enjoying for a football Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It all goes better with Daisy. They are as delicious as a homemade dip. They're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. So as you get stocked up for this weekend, make sure you look for Daisy French Onion and Daisy Ranch Dip at a grocery store near you.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system.
Brandon Stokley here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Are joint pain or injuries keeping you from living your best life? I'm Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. We don't believe in one size fits all. Instead, we create personalized stem cell treatment plans using your own stem cells or donor cells to help regenerate joints, repair torn muscles and ligaments, and restore mobility. For a limited time, get 10% off through October. Don't wait. Book your free consultation now at denverregen.com. That's denverregen.com.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees. It should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee, included with every tire purchase with paid installation. You'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Wow, Leslie, your fireplace really sucks.
I beg your pardon?
Well, what I mean is your fireplace is literally sucking all the air out of your house and right up the chimney every time you burn it.
Well, what can I do about it?
Well, you could get a high-efficiency gas insert from Mendota. It keeps all the air you already paid the utility company to heat, and it returns up to 86% of the fire's heat back into your house.
I'd use my fireplace every chance I get if I could do that. Maybe my furnace wouldn't need to run so much.
Well, that's the whole point. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio, along with my niece, Leslie, to tell you how a gas insert from Mendota will give you the incentive to use your fireplace again. Mendota gas fireplaces and inserts are made to crank out the heat with beauty and style.
Lair's is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in fireplaces. Family owned and operated since 1954.
We'll even give you a free in-home quote, including expert installation by our own certified in-house installers.
Find us on the web at lairfireplacepatio.com.
For top quality Mendota fireplaces and inserts, it's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's fireplace experts.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. The year's biggest watch event is here. The annual watch fair at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company, is happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th, at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. Discover the latest creations from the world's finest watchmakers. Explore the year's most talked about timepieces up close with hands-on access, brand representatives, and expert insights. Be among the first to explore cutting-edge designs, rare limited editions, and one-of-a-kind vintage timepieces. Plus, enjoy special 12-month financing. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Do not miss the ultimate watch experience at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company. Make your appointment today at the1916company.com for the annual watch fair happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th, at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Introducing Slate, the cure for overpriced, overcomplicated cars. It's a truck, it's an SUV, it's whatever you need it to be. Reserve yours at slate.auto.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6, presented by Rocks Heating and Air. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UNLV with pregame starting at 1. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Bentley with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Bold takes.
I would put my fajitas up against any Mexican restaurant.
Active listening.
You weren't listening to a word I just said.
Plus, a little number crunching.
What's 12 minus 1? I mean, 12 minus 11.
1.
This is why math confuses me.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, welcome to it. It is a Football Friday. It's an Is It Just Me Friday, giving you a chance to get those hot sports opinions off your chest. Could be about the Broncos, the Avs, Nuggets, the Rockies. Hop on that train. Changes are coming. Optimism along with it, so says Brandon Stokley. And we want to hear from you about all of it. Mark is down in Jacksonville. In fact, if you check us out on our YouTube channel, you will see Mark set up in his hotel room, his suite. Only the best for Mark Schlereth and Fox. But, man, look at all those papers and charts. See, you should take a look at this, Stoke. This is why I say Mark Schlereth, the hardest working guy in TV.
Right there.
Right. I mean, it's right there.
Yeah, all you got to do is have some poster board and writing on it, and now you're a hard worker.
Different
colored,
colored markers and things like that.
I just noticed there's a lot. Stoke, Stoke for me, he's like Lana, his wife. It's like he's my biggest hater right now. I don't know what did I do something? I don't know what it is with Stoke. He's just he's been grumpy or something. Something's going on.
I don't know. I'm good.
Seems like the same Stoke to me.
Yeah.
Wait, listen. He was on the attack yesterday, and I had no idea. I was just like, I was taken aback.
By the way, I was out just doing some stuff in the yard yesterday. I had 3 different guys in the neighborhood stop and say, I loved listening to Stoke and Stink go back and forth. I've never heard Stink sound so defensive. They love seeing Mark and your giant-sized ego get knocked down a peg or two. I'm not going to lie, Mark. They liked it.
What do you mean giant-sized ego?
You have a monster-sized ego. Come on.
Giant-sized ego? Are you kidding me?
Your ego is as big as my head.
Nothing but humble.
Nothing but humble.
There's nothing as big as your head.
Saturn isn't as big as my head. Even if you include the rings. I guess it was a Saturn that has the rings, or is that? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But we are off and rolling here. We got some news from London, where Broncos owner Greg Penner was speaking this morning, and this is courtesy of one of the great Bronco beat reporters that are on the scene. There is from Parker Gabriel. So this is Greg Penner talking about the new stadium, the early design of the new stadium. Quote, we're still in the early phases of design. We've got a number of consultants we're working with. We have not selected a contractor yet, but we've got world-class architects that we're talking to. Penner went on to say that the Broncos would welcome hosting a Super Bowl in a new stadium as soon as 2033, but it's not the focus or the process or part of their formal plan moving forward. He also reiterated that this is important. Now, Broncos country, this is going to really matter to a lot of you. He reiterated that a retractable roof gives flexibility, but closing it for a Broncos game would be, quote, an exception.
Okay.
That's good. Meaning, to me, the only thing that would necessitate them feeling like they were going to close the roof if it would be like one of those bitterly cold games like the Ravens playoff game. I don't think they'd even close it for a snow game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. A snow game, just a normal. What if it's pouring down rain? Is that an exception?
I would, boy,
case by case, year by year.
Can you remember the last time the Broncos played a game in a driving rainstorm for
But I mean, it's going to happen.
More than a half. I mean,
well,
I'm
so
sure.
if it's a half, I mean, are you closing it? Can you? How long does it take to close and to open it? I mean, do you have to make that decision before the game? I mean, there's a lot of questions here. What's the exception?
I think the exception is bitter cold.
Gotcha. So if it's just normal football weather,
even a snow game, I think the roof would stay open because for the most part that's what the Broncos would want. I think the fans would want it. I mean, probably even the team might like it as a as a home field advantage as well.
I mean, don't you? I think it depends on what style of football you play.
True.
True. And so it might be depending on your team, your
Okay.
coach, right?
Fair enough.
I mean,
Fair
it
enough.
might be one of those things where, I don't know, Sean Payton's a coach still, but if he's the coach, he says, hey, we like these conditions, so let's leave it open for this team. And then the next year, your team might be built a little bit differently, and you might say, hey, let's try to make it as ideal as possible to play, really good offensive football. We want great conditions, and then you close it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it exactly right. Who's your quarterback? I mean, in Indianapolis, all those years with Peyton Manning, you want ideal conditions. Not that you can't play in the nastiness, because you guys have done that, and you did that as well. But I mean, you'd like ideal conditions if you're a big time, passing offense. But the snow games, I mean, those are like the snow games are the highest rated games they put on television. People love watching games in the snow. So yeah, I would think you're right, Mike. If it's bitter cold like that Baltimore game, that playoff game, then yeah, you'd close it. Other than that, man, you want the elements.
Tell you what, if you're looking at one of these early season games in September, like we've seen all around the NFL and college football, and all these long weather lightning delays. If you're looking at that kind of weather in the area for a Broncos game, to know that you can just say, all right, let's not deal with it. Let's close the roof. And
yeah, how nice would that be? I mean,
nice.
those lightning delays are a pain in the rear. I mean, if they're within, like 30 miles, if you get a lightning strike, that's another 30 minutes or 8 miles, whatever it is. Every time a lightning strikes within a certain amount of distance, it's another 30-minute delay. So those things can drag on for a long time.
Evans, stop speaking for all the fans. Well, no, that's not going to stop. Because as the self-appointed official voice of Broncos country, that's not going to stop. Because, folks, I've been here for 27 years doing this. I have my finger on the pulse, okay? I know you people. I know you better than you know yourselves. Says, I guarantee the majority of the fans don't want to sit out in the bitter cold to watch the game, especially if you have a chance to close the roof and have a retractable dome. People love watching games in the snow, but people don't love sitting in the stands in the snow. Well, now it is true that weather games on TV do really well. Right, Mark?
Correct.
Snow games do very well for TV ratings. Huge ratings. But, as much as we romanticize the idea of sticking it out in the elements, as fans, do you really want to sit out in the snow for a Broncos game, or would you rather it be nice and warm and toasty and climate controlled?
But let me ask you this: most of the retractable roof stadiums just really open up over the field more than they do over the stands, correct? There's always seems to be part of the stands are covered. You might get a little bit, but a lot of the stands are the majority of the stands, call it 75%, are completely covered. So, I mean, normally it just opens up kind of over the field.
Well, that is the update from London with Greg Penner, as, again, he said that they are definitely open to a Super Bowl, which I take as, yes, there will be a Super Bowl here in 2033 if the Broncos open their stadium on time in 2031, so you can count on that. Start making your plans. And that the Broncos would close a retractable roof for a Broncos game only if it was, quote, an exception. So your reaction to that, Is It Just Me? Friday rolls on next.
After a signature win against the Eagles, can the Broncos avoid a trap game against the struggling Jets? How will Sean Payton manage the absence of Ben Powers? We'll break it all down in a special London edition of the Fan Football Pregame Show. Live on game day starting at 6 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Stoke for my friends at Embers Living, a retail company based right here in Denver. It's family owned, and I gotta tell you, this place is awesome. I can't wait for football this weekend. It is gonna be action-packed. And if you want to win the tailgate this year or just be the king of your block, my friends at Embers Living have you covered with their top-of-the-line Yoder pellet smokers. They're in stock right now. You can't find these just anywhere, so forget your neighbor's burnt burgers. You're bringing the flavor this season. Head to Embers Living today and gear up with the best, whether you're rooting for your favorite college team or watching the pros on Sunday, they've got the perfect smoker to match your grilling game. From standalone grills to built-in setups, pizza ovens, and so much more. Embers Living is your one-stop shop for the ultimate outdoor cooking experience. And oh, by the way, winter is right around the corner. If you need to upgrade your fireplace, they got you taken care of there also. So whether it's indoor or outdoor, my friends at Embers Living have you taken care of. So go visit them at embersliving.com. Embers Living, where your perfect tailgate begins.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th. New Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto-pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
I know you don't want to think about it, but it's happening. Snow is coming, and Siltahar Motors is ready. Stocked up on a boatload of Broncos sports built for adventure in rain, sleet, or snow. So whether you're tailgating, skiing, or just exploring your own backyard, the Broncos Sport is ready for action, starting at just $27,999. Siltahar has the best selection, the easiest location, and the lowest prices in town. Go to sthmotors.com. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's Fall Football Sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Sharp criticism.
Mark Schlereth a pansy.
Cries for help.
Dude, wake up.
No.
I need better from you.
And a little bit of tough love.
If the truth gives you a wedgie, then you know what? Buy better underpants.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, good morning, everybody, on this Friday. Beautiful day dawning. Weekend just within your grasp. And we've got the Broncos coming up on Sunday morning. We got Stink down in Jacksonville right now. He's going to be calling Jaguars in Seattle this weekend. Pretty good game there for you, Stink, on Fox. And so you'll be leaving us at 8 o'clock to go visit with Duval. And, yeah, maybe you can get down to the bottom of this whole Travis Hunter, Deion Sanders, Liam Cohen.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to write that.
Write it down.
Okay,
See,
I'm writing it down.
Do I get executive producer credit here for this broadcast
I got my
now?
Cohen notes right here. Yeah. Questions. So the
we need our
Deion,
handy-dandy notebook.
The Deion.
I like that everyone gets old.
Deion Hunter
workload, practice at CU, that kind of thing. So, by the way, guys, I think this is a question I need your advice, and maybe you can help. We can help everybody out there, because with a 7:30 game Sunday morning.
What station? What is it on? NFL Network? Or?
It's on NFL Network, but it'll be on one of the local channels as well.
Okay.
I don't know which one right off the top of my head, but how do you handle? How do you handle that early of a game? Like, are you like tailgating, or are you having your watch party stuff go on before the game? Like, are you firing up the grill and getting breakfast going and Bloody Marys and mimosas and all that at like 6:30? Or do you wait until halftime? Or do you just wait until the game is over? Maybe you have a celebratory, hopefully, big spread. What do you do? What would be your advice?
I don't know.
I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. Do I want to wake up and be up and moving at like 6 o'clock and getting everything ready to go for kickoff, or do I just roll out of bed at 7:15, watch the game, and then maybe get some stuff going at halftime?
Whoa.
What?
Roll out of bed at 7:15.
Oh, I can do that on the weekend. Trust me.
What?
Oh, easily.
Come on. You don't sleep till 7:15.
Oh, no.
You're an adult.
No.
What?
Stink.
I mean,
stink. I know, because we get up so crazy early, people just assume, oh, you must, out of habit, get up early on the weekends. I will say I usually wake up around the time that I would normally wake up during the week. But if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, I look at that clock, I go, heck no. And I go back to sleep sometime till 8:30.
Wow.
Oh, I know. It's glorious.
Wow, 8:30. That's the middle of the afternoon. What do we do? Stoke, what are we doing?
Oh, no, I love that. I love it. No, yeah. On the weekend?
Oh, easily. So what are we doing?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, I'm getting a coffee. Wake up around 7, get my coffee.
Yeah.
And, just get ready to go. Get my notebook.
Yeah.
My handy-dandy
You
notebook.
got yours, too?
Yeah.
What do you do with your notebook?
Take notes.
What kind of notes do you take
Hopefully
Saturday
good notes.
morning at 7 o'clock?
Hopefully good notes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I'm not putting your business out here on the street. You just get the classic yellow notepad.
Yeah.
Your scrawl is a little scribbly, which is fine.
Yeah.
I respect it. Not like Mark, who's got, carefully laminated. They look like well-worn books from a library. Your notebooks that are have the most meticulous, beautiful handwriting.
Yeah.
I mean, your penmanship is pristine.
Impeccable.
Yeah.
Impeccable.
So I'm just kind of curious. I'll throw this out there on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. How are you approaching a 7:30 kickoff? Is it you're doing the full prep, the full spread, the full pregame routine, or are you going to wait till halftime, or are you just going to wait till after the game? Let us know. RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Here we go. Is it just me, or Zach By was doing his best to bury Bo Nix yesterday because of his 65% completion percentage? Stoke, this is what you have developed. This is your fault. This is what Brandon No Chance Stokely has enabled, developed, foster and protected over the years your development of Zach Bye. That is your legacy, Stoke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm not. Well, I am a little concerned here. So what's
why?
Wow. You've lost your way.
It's impossible.
Oh.
Is this your fault?
Is it?
Is it
me?
You got me yelling now.
Well, look, he left the house. I'm not responsible for him anymore. Right? He went out on his own. Now it's up to him. I can't control him anymore.
He can't be that guy.
Oh,
did
hey,
you
Ty,
raise
you and I
him
have
up
the same-
correctly,
Yeah.
though? Did
I
you
did.
raise him up correctly?
I did.
I mean, did you give him all the tools he needed when he left the nest? Maybe
Explain
you
yourself.
didn't give him the tools.
I did. But sometimes you lose your way. And
yeah.
is that the case with Zach? Has he
Well,
lost his way?
I don't know. I mean, I'm listening to you all week. You're like, I don't think this was a signature win. It's early in the season. They still got a lot to prove in my eyes. And now you got Bo and in Zach's eyes, he's only 65% completion percentage. I don't know.
Really?
Two of you spent a lot of time together. I wonder if you kind of, as the texter said, if you fostered this.
Well, I
enabled it.
I mean, I'm not throwing parades for a regular season win over, it looks like an average Eagles team. Right? I mean, are you, Mike? I mean, that if that's who they turn out to be, they've lost 2 in a row. They've been outgained in every game they played in this year. That's not a good football team. They're not playing like a good football team. They've got serious issues offensively, and they can't run the ball anymore, and their passing game is below average. So, and the shell coverage looks like it's been exposed, Mark. I mean, I just the Vic Fangio shell coverage, I mean, it's –
That's good.
I thought
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
So if they turn out to be a 9-win team this year, Philly, I mean, are you going to look back on that game the same way as you did 3 or 4 days ago?
You know what's interesting, Mike? What's interesting is, Stoke kind of took you to task when we beat Philly and said, hey, listen, it's a good win. And you were trying to make it the greatest win of all time. You try to make it the greatest win in what? In franchise history?
No.
In the last 10 years?
Did, Mike.
I said it was the biggest win
since Super Bowl
in a decade.
Yes, I believe that.
But it's not looking like it anymore.
Well,
and Stoke and I kind of tried to walk you back a little bit. We tried to walk you back a little bit, but you just kept sticking your big head out there going, no, it's the greatest win in the last decade.
Yeah, Mark's speaking the truth there.
Yeah. That is
very
true.
accurate. What do you have to say?
I'll tell you coming up next.
Do the issues for the Buffs this season begin on the sideline?
I do not think it's a good look for Deion Sanders to continue to say we have more talent than our opponent and we're losing. Because me, just as a football fan, when you say that and you go to that well, I just start thinking of coaching.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
As I got to know the great folks at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, Jeff and his entire committed, compassionate staff, learned a lot about what guys go through when it comes to erectile dysfunction. And the thing that really blew me away was that men on average wait over a year to do something about it. And then learning even more that maybe understand why, because taking that first step is not always easy. A lot of unknowns. There's anxiety, some embarrassment. It's all to be expected. Well, this is why I recommend Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They are incredibly compassionate about what guys are going through. They create an environment of trust as they visit with you to find out what your goals are and customizing a treatment plan just for you. And you can't argue with the results. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic has a success rate well over 90%. So schedule that consult. Don't put it off any longer. It's just $99. Take a simple blood test to go along with a TNPSA test. And if medically advised, they'll give you a test dose. And if that test dose does not work in the office, your visit is free. 5 locations to better serve you, including Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, and a new and improved office in the Rock, Castle Rock. Call 720-440-7900 and at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Whether it's kickoff, halftime, or the final drive, fuel your football season at Dickey's Barbecue Pits. Order the Two Can Dine for $29.99 deal. Two meat plates stacked with pit smoke flavor. Or go for the new Triple Play Combo. A classic sandwich, savory side, and a big yellow cup for just $12.99. No matter who you're rooting for, great barbecue is always a win. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, legit. Texas barbecue.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. The year's biggest watch event is here. The annual watch fair at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company, is happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th, at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. Discover the latest creations from the world's finest watchmakers. Explore the year's most talked about timepieces up close with hands-on access, brand representatives, and expert insights. Be among the first to explore cutting-edge designs, rare limited editions, and one-of-a-kind vintage timepieces. Plus, enjoy special 12-month financing. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Do not miss the ultimate watch experience at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company. Make your appointment today at the1916company.com for the annual watch fair happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th, at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6, presented by Rocks Heating and Air. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UNLV with pregame starting at 1. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Bentley with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Smear campaigning.
And the Zach By Sensitivity Smear Campaign rolls on.
Bonding moments.
Man, today was a great day for the Wolfpack.
And just a hint of bodily functions.
Deviled eggs. Not only do I love the taste, but I know I'm going to hotbox the missus.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right. We got Mark for another 30 minutes here from Jacksonville. And Mark, I do have a important man 101 question I got to ask you. A possible emergency situation has cropped up at my house this morning, and I need your advice on it.
Okay.
Stoke, if you have anything to add, you can, but I doubt.
Maybe, we'll see.
I doubt you do.
Well, you never know.
Okay.
Every now and then, I surprise people.
Okay.
With my overall knowledge.
Okay. 4 Down territory coming up here in a second. You guys both cornered me and put me in a corner. Nobody puts Evans in a corner. When it comes to just why I should feel good about the Broncos beating the Eagles in the aftermath of the Eagles getting dominated by the Giants yesterday. Is that basically the question?
Yeah, I mean, aren't you looking at that win a little bit differently now?
Nope. And I'll tell you why. Because you cannot, no matter how they were playing, you can't discount the fact that the Eagles were 4-0 and had been 20-1 in their last 21 games. And when guys like you both go on and on about learning to win in the NFL and what an advantage it is when you learn how to win, you can get away with not playing your best football and still find ways to win. And the Eagles have mastered that. I also think that when you are a defending champion, that as the glow of winning the championship kind of dulls and you get into the thick of a long, long season. Because when you're a team like the Eagles, you just assume you're going to be back in the playoffs. So you start thinking about, wow, think about how much football, how much practice, how many film sessions, all that we have to go through over the next few months before we even get back to the playoffs. And I think the grind, the funk, the Super Bowl hangover funk kind of kicks in. And when you lose a game like that to the Broncos and then you're faced with a quick turnaround on a Thursday night, I just think the motivation just isn't there as much. So I'm not going to diminish what the Broncos did, especially in a time where, again, Stoke, I'm going to use your own words against you, that you're always like, hey, you see so many teams trying to figure things out this early in the season. I mean, if you're going to play that game, so the Broncos beat the Eagles, but the Giants beat the Eagles, so now the Broncos win doesn't look that impressive. So are you going to say that if you beat Green Bay? Well, can we really get excited about Green Bay? They lost to Cleveland. If you beat Buffalo, are you going to be able to get excited? Buffalo lost to New England. I think you can do that with a lot of games where you can say, well, if that team beat that team and that team beat that team, well, then maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. I just don't think you can get caught up in that. If you do, you can pick apart and find something wrong with just about any win out there.
Well, I think every season, has seasons within it, and you look at how you're playing in that moment. How are you playing right now? And right now, the Eagles aren't playing good. They're not. And I don't want to sit here and take away from that win, but I just think that people were overhyping the meaning of it, especially when you look at how bad the Eagles have been playing. I know they were 20-1 in their last 21 games. I got it, but they've been outgained every game this year. They look different right now. Now, they might look like a totally different team at the end of the year, but right now they don't look like a good football team. And so they look like a team, a couple weeks ago where you said, okay, they're 4-0, they'll get it figured out, but they haven't. And they look bad again last night. I mean, they got it taken to them by the Giants. So, I mean, how good are the Eagles? They might not be a good team. I don't know. But right now I know they're not a good football team. And the Broncos struggled for 3 quarters. So that is, a little bit concerning to me. Now, you find ways to win football games. There's positives there. It was a good win. I just don't think it was, I'm looking at it a little bit different. I just don't think it was a special win, like a, signature organizational defining win like maybe a lot of people thought 5 days ago.
You're a master, Mike. I'll give you credit. You're a master. Because the original question going into break was, did you or did you not overhype the victory? And then you turned, you smooth talked us. You threw some heretofores in there. and you completely got off track. And the answer was, yes, you overhyped
No,
it.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Well, let me ask you this. After the victory last night by the Giants, are you more concerned, have the same concern, or less concerned about the Giants coming here next week?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably a little bit more concern.
Okay.
But again, if we're going to do
so
this
that
whole
diminishes. It just does diminish the win a little. I'm not saying it ruins it. I'm not saying it's not a good win. It's just that you overhyped it as one of the best wins in the history of the franchise, and that's all I'm trying to get you to admit is that you kind of overhyped it. That's all I want. That's all I want.
All right. So okay, then to be fair, then if we're going to play this game, right? So the Giants beat the Eagles, so that means that the Broncos winning over the Eagles doesn't feel as impressive. Well, guess what? The Giants also beat the Chargers. The Chargers beat us. So I guess because we lost to the Chargers, we must really suck, huh? That was not your ordinary loss, correct then? Because if the Giants
really tight game.
What was the tight game?
The Chargers game was a really tight game, and they were healthier than they are now.
Oh, so now you're putting qualifiers on. Well,
I'm just like see, here you go. I'm
playing
lawyer talk.
I'm playing your game here. You're saying that the Eagles win doesn't mean as much because the Giants beat the Eagles. Okay, well then the Giants beat the Chargers and we lost to the Chargers. So what is that? Okay. I guess I'm trying.
That means we shouldn't play next week. The Giants are going to beat us.
Exactly, right? To listen to you two,
I mean
you're taking all these one games and then you're saying, well, because that team just did that to that team and that team we did to them or they did to us, well, I guess then we have to look at ourselves differently. Well, if you're going to play that game, Mark, then the Giants beating the Chargers means we got to feel really, really bad about that Chargers loss.
Boy, I tell you what, you are good. You are good because all I said, and all Stokley and I said after, and Stokley especially got taken to the cleaners because he said, "Hey man, it's a good win." What? It's only a good win. It's one of the greatest wins we've ever seen here in the last 10 years. And all I'm saying is, Stokley and I were on the path of, "Hey man, that was a really good win." But it wasn't, it wasn't franchise defining like a lot of people here in Denver, including some with bigger heads than others, wanted to make it one of the great franchise defining wins ever. And all Stoke and I'll give us credit, Stoke.
Yeah.
We had cooler heads prevail.
That's right.
And now you see this and you realize, okay, it's still a good win. I'm not saying it's not a good win, but the Eagles are a little bit flawed right now.
Yeah. I mean that's what we're watching. So they haven't been a good team this year. But look, it was still a good win, Mike. You go on the road, early start, tough place to play, obviously, and you found a way to get it done. And it was a great fourth quarter. And hopefully that fourth quarter can kind of get this offense going a little bit. You look at that and say, all right, this is how we have to play. This is the things that we need to do to be a little bit more consistent. And it starts with running the football.
Is there – I'm holding here. I got the schedule laminated. So do I have this right that there isn't then a game on this schedule that if the Broncos win it, you're going to be able to sit back after and say that was a signature win. That was the biggest win in the Sean Payton, Bo Nix era. That was the biggest win since 2015 and the Super Bowl. I get the sense, listening to both of you, that there's not a game on this schedule that will make you feel that way. That it's basically going to be wait and see, fill in the blank, question mark, I don't know until this team's in the playoffs and wins a big playoff game.
No, let me tell you this.
I don't think there's.
Let me tell you this.
I don't think there's a regular season win
Evans.
that will impress you.
Yes, there could be.
I don't think
there could be. You look at the end of the season, Mike. That Kansas City game might be for the AFC West. That Chargers game might be for the AFC West. And now we're talking high stakes, high reward. Now you can start talking about this is the biggest regular season win since Super Bowl 50. Since that season. Okay, you see those games down there at the end?
I do.
That's when you have high stakes. Not when you're playing a regular season game, the fifth game of the season. Okay, and then it turns out that the Eagles aren't even that good. But if you're playing for the AFC West in one of those games, now you can start saying, how important that win could be.
So they have 10 games before they play those two at the end. 10 games. So am I right in saying, is it just me? Am I right in saying they could go 7-3, 8-2 in these next 10, and you're still going to be like, yeah, I don't know if they've had their signature win yet.
I mean, I'll tell you. I mean, if we see it, I mean, but could it be against Green Bay? Possibly. I don't know what Green Bay's going to look like. How about at Washington? They might be a really good team at that point. They're playing much better now. I don't know. I mean, what does it matter anyway? What does it matter? What does it matter if it's a signature win or not? It's a win. I mean, but again, Mark, I'm just, Evans wanted to throw a parade after the Eagles win, and it's like, okay, it's a regular season win. It was a great comeback, great comeback, but now it's not looking as special as it did 2 days ago.
Yeah, he was like, during the breaks, he was like, oh, for sure they're winning at least 12 now, maybe 13.
I never said that. You totally made that up.
What?
That's a lie.
I thought I heard him say that. I was in the other room.
That's a lie. That's a lie, and you know it. I see you. Your nose is growing.
What?
I never said that.
That's what I thought I heard.
Oh, yeah, I thought I heard. I'll tell you what I heard.
I'm actually going to go with the Chargers.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, that was before injuries. Now they're not good either. Philly and the Chargers are no good anymore. They both lost to the Giants.
All right. Before we get to 4-down territory, I've been alerted to a problem at my house that Stink, you should be able to, and maybe ably assisted by Stoke.
Okay.
Apparently, I have I got a squirrel nest. So our patio, we got one of those pergolas, and it's like the vines growing over it. Very nice, very pretty. But apparently, like 3 or 4 squirrels are living up there.
Oh.
So my thought,
yeah, outdoor in the pergola though.
Yeah, outdoors.
Oh, okay.
Leave them alone.
I mean, what are you gonna do with them?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of taking my hose and just basically water blasting.
Oh, absolutely not.
Their entire nest.
No,
their entire neighborhood.
We are PETA.
Like there's going to be
sponsored.
There's a tornado.
PETA
There's
approved.
a tornado watch over my pergola for
PETA approved show.
For that squirrel family.
No, you let the squirrels just chill out in the vines.
Let them chill out.
Yes. What are they doing? They're not hurting anything. They're just they're relaxing.
Right now, you think about this, Mike. This is what's going to happen to you, and I'm glad you brought up PETA, Stoke. Like you're going to squirt it all out. Right now, they're collecting their little nuts. Right. They've got all their warm bedding. They've got all that, and then the snow's going to hit. You're gonna wash them out. Snow's going to hit. They're going to lose all their nuts. Yep. They're not going to know where to go. They're going to be homeless squirrels. And you know what?
Cold.
They'll be out there with like little sticks with the knapsacks hung over the top of them, and they're just like searching around like hobos.
Hobo raccoons.
Yeah,
hobo
hobos
squirrels.
Just looking for a train to hop on.
And then you know what they're going to do?
Squirrel.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to pay you back.
Word's going to spread.
Retribution.
Word's going to spread.
No, they're going to get
try
in the
to
house.
move into the house.
They're going to get in the house, and then you're going to have a bigger issue. They're going to say, "See, you should have just left us alone outside."
Right.
But now we're moving into your house, and we're going to take over your house.
Stoke, Mike is going to leave the garage door open one. Hey, it's a nice fall day, garage door open. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sweep out the garage. Next thing you know, squirrels sneak in there. Then they're in the garage, and you can't. Oh my God! And then they get up in the rafters, and all you hear is all night long because they're scratching around up in the insulation. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Let sleeping squirrels lie.
Let them sleep.
Let them lie. Okay. All right. See, this is why I came to you guys.
Good question, though.
My
Good
initial
question.
thought was destruction.
Yeah.
Just seek and destroy. Destruction.
Cooler heads prevail.
But you just said, let's leave them be, and maybe once, and especially once the leaves fall off the vines, and they may just go search for something new, but they won't. They'll go search for a new home without looking to bring me, because I was a gracious host.
That's right.
Yes,
for a time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
Exactly.
Stoke.
Okay,
I mean, you're from
I got you.
You're from Louisiana, so you guys, you ever eat squirrel?
Oh yeah. How does squirrel taste?
What is squirrel? Is it like
hasn't
chicken?
eaten squirrel.
Come on.
Delicious.
What do you mean? Come on.
You lived
I'm
in
serious.
Louisiana. I got to believe you've at least
Not
tried
that I'm aware of.
every possible critter possible.
Not that I'm aware of.
Have you had alligator?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had like
rabbit?
Have you had rabbit? Yeah. Have you had like snake?
No, I don't
like
think so.
rattlesnake or
No.
any kind of snake tastes like
No.
chicken? No.
No.
Okay. But no other critters, vermin, varmints, nothing.
No, that's it.
That's it.
Possum.
Yeah. Possum.
Possum.
No.
Maybe.
No. Absolutely not.
Then again, you did live in one of the 2 gated communities
That's right,
in Louisiana,
yeah.
so
Yeah, we're a little bit picky
How many
about
critters
what we-
actually get beyond the gates, right?
That's right.
I got you. Had this one on the RamosLaw.com text line. Guys, got to tell you, rough start to the morning. Ran out of gas on my way to drop off the kids. If only I had 4 or 5 more gallons of fuel.
He probably took your advice, Evans, and he was pushing it.
Maybe.
It's like, I got another 30 miles,
Well,
and then that backfired because he was listening to you, Evans.
You gotta know. If you're gonna, once that gas light goes on, you still have probably at least, depending on the car, you have somewhere between 40 and 70 miles still left.
Well, that guy
Once
must
that
have not
light
been
goes
paying
on.
attention
Well,
at all. No one runs out of gas anymore, by the way. That used to be a big thing. You know, you talk about things that don't really happen anymore. Now, because you have the miles, you used to just have the deal.
Right.
It'd show you
Full,
like
empty,
low.
that's it.
Yeah. So
lights wouldn't come on or nothing like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you got lights on, flashing, and you got down to the miles. So it tells you how many miles you have. And so you just don't see people running out of gas like you used to see.
I was young once.
That's a great point, actually, Stoke. I had never thought about that.
Thank you.
You just don't see as many people, walking alongside, thumb out, looking with a gas can or something like that. That's a great point. Great point, Stoke. I hadn't thought about that.
Thank you very much.
Is it just me Friday? So you just came up with a great one there. All right, time now for 4 Down Territory.
It's time for 4 Down Territory, where Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth react to the latest action both on and off the gridiron. Kicking things off with First Down.
Well, coming off a really good fourth quarter against the Eagles offensively after a really struggle for the first 3, Bo Nix this week talking about the game planning relationship and play calling relationship he has with Sean Payton.
Yeah, he uses good knowledge and good. It's one thing to play the position; it's another thing to teach it and coach it. But he's got the good language of understanding what to say to kind of help you fill it out and see it, and all that kind of stuff. But he's also been doing it for a long time, so he knows how to coach his plays. He knows how to do, his thing, and he's had a lot of years of trial and error to make it, really good. So I think he's in a good spot. And I also think that he knows just certain ways to reach the quarterback because, like you said, he's been coached before and he understands what it's like to be in that position. So he kind of knows how to communicate that with you. So that's an important part of being a coach, to be honest with you.
Stoke, I've adopted your viewpoint of this offense, just the idea that it's a boom or bust, blow hot and cold type offense right now. It just lacks complete consistency. It can look really good, but it can look really bad. Do you get any sense here, 5 games in, that Sean and Bo are, I don't know, at least getting closer to kind of figuring out what works, what doesn't work, what's the identity, what the best calls are, all that?
Well, not yet. I mean, I'm hoping that fourth quarter did that maybe. Just sticking with that run game and leaning on that a little bit more to make these down and distances a little bit more manageable. That game a couple weeks ago when they had all those third down and longs, and that's just not sustainable. And so, but you saw them, playing from behind against Philly, but also sticking with the run even in a situation where you would think that Sean might open it up a little bit more. But I don't know. That's been a hard thing for Sean to do. Anytime that your coach has on his call sheet, run the ball, as a reminder to run the ball, because that tells you they don't really like to run the ball. Sometimes that becomes a hard thing to do. But they did it, and they did it playing from behind, which usually isn't the case there. So hopefully we can see more of that to where they're more balanced offensively.
Yeah, the whole run the ball thing it's interesting. You just got to understand the value of it. You've got to understand, the value of 2 and 3 yard gains if they're physical and how they wear down a pass rush and allow you to do some things. But I get the point that Stokes made a couple weeks ago when they're in all those third down and longs. I mean, at some point you got to have some success too. So it is that if you're not having any success, it's really hard to do it. And then it comes down to mixing it up, like when you get second down and long situations, because you get favorable looks, favorable number counts in the run game. Can we take advantage there? So hopefully, I'm with you. Hopefully that game was kind of the precursor to them kind of getting on offense, a little bit of an offensive kind of firepower and get going.
I think that.
Second down.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
I think the thing here also is.
That was premature.
Yeah, false start. Mike Evans.
Yeah, me and McFlinchy.
Yeah, it is the lack of elite level playmakers on offense. That doesn't help the situation. Now we got some good players, and Sean puts them in good position, but I think that that's why we've seen a lot of inconsistencies there.
All right, second down. The Giants beat the Eagles, and I'm actually, unlike the doom and gloom crowd out there that is looking at this win as somehow less of an endorsement of what the Broncos did last week against the Eagles. My feeling is this is not the trap game. The Jets game is not the trap game. Next week's game against the Giants is the trap game because you've put so much into.
Not anymore.
Hold on. That's why, and that's why I'm actually happy what happened last night happened because I don't worry about them having a letdown against the Jets. I just think being out in London all week together, it's given them the opportunity to flush out that Eagles win and really focus on this game. But I do worry about coming back home and you settle back into your routine, you reconnect with the family, people around town are telling you how great you are, and now here come the Giants. That is where I think you have the potential for a letdown. But now the Giants, having done what they did, that should snap them out of that potential. So I'm actually happy the Giants won last night. And if it means that you want to diminish the Broncos' win over the Eagles, okay, fine. But I think you gain a lot in terms of avoiding a letdown against the Giants with what happened last night.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, and I think it ends up being a good thing. I like the fact that they're away in London, and then also you can look at it if you're a Broncos player and say, okay, well, that was a good win on the road against the Eagles, but, hey, let's not get too full of ourselves because the Eagles don't look like they're a very good football team right now. They just lost last night to the Giants.
I'm with both of you. I agree wholeheartely. It's actually a good thing the Giants won because it is going to be one of those things you come back here and it's time to go to work because they're a much better football team than everybody thought they were going to be at the start of this season.
All right.
Third down.
Key NFL games this weekend. Guys, Kansas City hosting Detroit. Fascinating game. Detroit looks like a wagon once again. Kansas City, who are they? Guys, do you think Kansas City circles the wagons, pride game, and gets back to 3-3, or stinky?
Why do we got so much wagon? They look like a wagon. Do they circle the wagons? Like, what are we crossing? Are we manifest destiny? Are we going to California? What are we doing?
As a huge fan of Yellowstone and the 1883 and 1923 spinoffs, I have become very wagon oriented. So
yeah.
I like to use.
Have you ever heard?
I like
Detroit
to use wagons.
looks like a wagon. Detroit looks like a wagon. What does that mean, Stoke?
Yes.
Have you ever heard that?
Pretty soon, I'm gonna punctuate everything by saying "Westward Ho." All right, Chiefs. What about him, Mark?
What about him?
Do you think they?
I think they
circle the wagons and get to 3-3, or they?
I think they circle the wagons. I think they, they get all the horses pulling the wagon in one direction. I think that they've got spare wagon wheels and they're ready to go. Yes, yeah. Listen.
Wait a minute. On the podcast yesterday, you picked the Lions to win this game.
No, I was just making fun of you with the wagon stuff.
Oh.
I think the Lions are arguably the best team in football right now. And, again, subject to change. It can always change, a couple of injuries. But right now, offensively, they're a juggernaut. And they haven't even figured out, like, all their running game yet. Goff is playing great football. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think, has 6-7 touchdowns, something like that. They're legit. They're a big-time football team. I think they go in there, and I think they beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right. I know you got to get ready to go, but can you we're up against the break. Can you stick around for 6 more minutes and so we can get your Broncos pick and everything coming up? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll let you go, okay?
All right, yeah, I gotta jump in the shower real quick.
You gotta
wash my giblets.
Okay, with that image unfortunately seared in everybody's brain right now, we'll be back in a bit.
Will Nick Benito extend his lead as the NFL sack leader? Can J.K. Dobbins continue his hot start in the run game? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, as you get set for the big games coming up this weekend, hey, maybe starting tonight with high school, college. We got the early morning game on Sunday. You got to put out the best game day spread, and the best game day spread includes the best dip, and that's Daisy. In my opinion, Daisy French Onion, Daisy Ranch Dip. I am absolutely hooked on these dips when it comes to going along my chips, my wings, my veggies, all my favorite snacks. They're as delicious as a homemade dip. They're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. It's Daisy, for goodness sakes. Been doing it the right way for over a century. So for this weekend's big tailgate or watch party, or just to hang out and watch games with your favorite snacks, look for Daisy French Onion and Daisy Ranch Dip at a grocery store near you.
This is Hall of Famer Terrell Davis. Football season is here, and there's nothing like a fresh start, on the field or on the road. If you're looking for a new car or want to refinance your current loan, Colorado Credit Union has the winning play with low rates and fast approvals. Whether you need a truck for tailgating or a car for the daily drive, Colorado Credit Union would help you get there. Visit ccu.org to apply today. Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank. Membership eligibility required. Not all applicants will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Brandon Stokley here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. AdvancedHair.com.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Cajun Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence.
Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go! Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Double crossing, you little punk.
Can't believe you did that.
Unbreakable trust.
See, I'm not like you. You just let me drown. You just let me drown. You do nothing.
And of course, emotional maturity.
Or maybe a little bit angry.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
On this Friday, beautiful Friday morning, welcome everybody as we get set for the weekend, get set for a big sports weekend with football, playoff baseball. Ooh, it's got a sting to be a Philadelphia sports fan this morning. Ouch. That, hockey, and everything going on this weekend. We have Mark Schlereth with us down in Jacksonville, but we have had Mark for the last 2 hours, but we do have to say goodbye because you got to go get ready to meet with Duval and the Jacksonville Jaguars, calling Jacksonville and Seattle this weekend on Fox. But can't let you go without getting your prediction for the Broncos-Jets Sunday morning. What do you think happens?
Well, I think they get plenty of rest because they've got a sleep specialist. and I think the Broncos, I think they build up that fourth quarter they had offensively. I'm going to take the Broncos 30-13 over the Jets.
30-13. Okay, that works. That's the Jets have been allowing about 30-plus points per game, so that's the number through the first five, so hopefully that is the case. Mark, you have a great call on Sunday, and we'll see you back here bright and early Monday morning.
Sounds good, guys. Have a good one.
All right,
See
take
ya.
it easy.
Bye.
There he goes. And me and Stoke taking you the rest of the way. James Palmer will join us coming up at 8:30. A lot to kind of set the table with what's going on. We got the Broncos in London coming up. But I think for a lot of people, Stoke, there's kind of like they're reassessing or they're taking a second look at that win over the Eagles last week in the wake of the Eagles getting beat the way they did pretty handily by the Giants on the road on Thursday Night Football. So in your mind, and I know you weren't turning cartwheels over the Broncos win last week, but however you did feel about that win, has it been diminished at all by what you saw from the Eagles last night?
Yeah, it certainly has. I don't know how you can watch the game last night and then watch the Broncos game and still feel the same way. I think it takes a little bit away from it. Still a good win. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a really good regular season win. Was it special like some people thought? I don't think so. And I think with what we saw yesterday with the Giants beating the Eagles just don't look like the same team. You know, their running game's not the same. Their passing game certainly isn't very good right now. So for whatever reason, they don't look like that dominant team that was on that great run that won the Super Bowl last year. They look like they have a Super Bowl hangover, and maybe the team that we thought was a really good team, the Eagles, they're not very good. They're just an average team. Now, we shall see what it looks like for the rest of the season for the Eagles, but they don't quite look like the team that I think a lot of people thought they were going to be this year.
See, here's why I disagree with you, because while I agree that the Eagles were a flawed football team going into their game with the Broncos, they were still 4-0. They were still 20-1 in their previous 21. They were still, I think, carrying, the responsibility of, we're the Super Bowl champs and we're undefeated and we're at home and all of that. But I still think they gave the Broncos their best shot. Last night, once they lost to the Broncos, I think that they sort of kind of exhaled, the Eagles did, and I don't think you saw a motivated team last night, coming off a short week, playing on the road. I think you saw the Broncos win sent the Eagles into their official Super Bowl hangover period now. I don't think they were in their Super Bowl hangover period for the first 4 games of the season. I think the Broncos win put the Eagles now into that kind of Super Bowl hangover funk, and I think we saw that on display loud and clear last night.
Well, I think for me, it's always tough to, you look at the Eagles and they go on the road for a Thursday night game, quick turnaround game. So that's always a difficult thing to do. They got lucky to survive the Rams. They had a couple blocked field goals in that game. I look at it more as for the Broncos. What do they look like moving forward? I don't even really care about the Eagles anymore. And does it take a lot away, a little bit away because of how they played last night? It doesn't matter, really. How the Broncos, what did they gain from that victory? These next couple weeks, I'm hoping that, we see a little bit more consistent team offensively. The defense is playing really well, but, how good is Philly's offense? They don't look very good right now. So these next couple weeks will tell us, if the Broncos, gained a lot from that victory.
I'll tell you where I was impressed. I was impressed by the Giants. And I understand this is the same Giants team that lost to the Saints last week, but they seem to have some pretty good energy going right now with Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo.
How was Scattaboo a fourth-round pick?
Yeah, and you know
that's
what?
Crazy. I mean, everyone watched him in college, and we watched Texas defense last year. They had a great defense and a really good run defense, and he ran. They couldn't tackle the guy. And then you look up, and he's a fourth-round pick, but you see what he's doing for that running game.
Great.
It's been impressive. It's like, wow, how did that guy go to the fourth round?
Well, and this is why I love taking my good-natured shots at guys like Cecil Lammey, because the scouting community, for some reason, with some guys, they take whatever their production was in college, as great as it was, and they just kind of scoff at it and say, yeah, well, it doesn't translate to the NFL. And
Shut the hell up.
And I don't know. I mean, I think that's the biggest mistake, air quotes here, scouts make, is they get caught up in evaluating players with things that just don't really matter.
I've seen a lot of quarterbacks without their shirt on.
And ultimately, put the film on. What does the film say? Okay, maybe he's a little bit undersized. Yeah, but the dude runs hard. He runs hard. He runs with passion. There are plenty of guys who can run 4.3s who don't have that kind of passion, don't have that kind of desire. And so if this guy's maybe a little undersized and he runs a 4.55 instead of a 4.3, but he runs with conviction and he runs with heart and guts, shouldn't that matter for something? I think that's where scouts blow it time after time after time.
Yeah, what's your vertical? What's your shuttle? What's your 40? And you get away from football.
Right.
Real football.
Right.
Like the running back position is a position of you're not going to – how many 80, 90-yard runs do you have? Not much.
Those runs down by the goal line yesterday
that
he had, does that have anything to do with how fast your 40 time is?
You don't want a guy that's a 4.9 running back, but 4.5, 4.4. I mean, what's the big difference
when he runs that hard?
Exactly. If you can't tackle the guy,
right.
You can't tackle him. I don't care if you run a 4.5 or 4.6. First guy's not tackling him. He's getting those extra 3 or 4 yards.
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
That's most important, right? Getting those extra couple yards when it looks like you have nothing. But you just look at that and say, how did everyone miss on this guy?
The data freaks.
We saw him last year in college, and the way that he played, it was impressive. But he goes in the fourth round. But look at the impact that he's had on that football team. I mean, obviously Jackson Dart also. And the other thing I was thinking about, Mike, and I know we'll get into it, Jackson Dart next week a little bit more, obviously, but I'm kind of watching him move around. Do we want Bo to be moving around a little bit more?
Yes.
He just creates.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I agree with you. He ran the ball 13 times last game for 58 yards against the Eagles. 20-yard long. He had a great touchdown run. He takes a lot of hits.
He does.
He takes a lot of hits, Mike. I don't know if this guy's going to be able to stay healthy if he continues to run and put himself in those types of situations. That's the only thing. But I'm watching him, and I'm like, I kind of want Bo to do a little bit more of that.
I do, too. I've had at least 5 or 6 plays this season where I've been like, go, run. And he showed how athletic and what a weapon he is with his legs last year. And I think that, I don't know, do you think he's backed off on looking to do it, or do you think Sean's telling him that that's not the recipe for a long career and you've got to concentrate more on becoming a really good pocket passer, and I don't want you to run as much?
I don't think Sean would tell him that at all.
No?
No.
So then it's coming from Bo.
Well,
Bo's put the clamps on himself.
I don't know. I'm just speculating, obviously. They haven't invited me in any of their meetings, so I don't know.
Well, you were on the field, though.
I know, but my next step is I want to get into the cryo.
Got it.
Do the cryo, right? And then I'll have our own office.
You will.
Yeah. And so I'll start hosting the meeting.
I don't think anyone's using Russ's office.
That's
right.
It's
right?
vacant.
It's vacant,
yeah,
right.
Vacant.
Bo's a man of the people.
Do not enter.
Right. Speaking of Russ, by the way, watching Jackson Dart is just a reminder that once you have identified the guy that you're going to try to make your guy, just put him in there from the start. As long as he's shown the proper amount of commitment and work ethic, and as long as he's not Paxton Lynch, just get him out there. The fact that they went with that dog and pony show that was Russell Wilson for the first few weeks when they had Jackson Dart just sitting there was dumb. And then Russ comes in yesterday, gets one pass, throws it in the ground, crowd's booing him. I mean,
that was bad.
It was bad, but
that was really bad.
Look, I'm not going to lie, and I try to keep my evaluation of athletes just strictly based on performance, but when it comes to Russ and the damage he created here, and coming in here and talking big and ha 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 and let's ride and putting the multiple Super Bowls on his cleats, all that kind of stuff. The fact that he turned out to be that much of a snake oil salesman, really. When those things happen to him, I'm not going to lie, I enjoy him.
Yeah,
I enjoy him.
Wearing his jersey.
Yeah.
To first day of training camp.
Yeah.
And everything just felt fake.
Yeah.
Orchestrated.
Yeah.
Planned. Scripted.
Yep.
But it does. It kind of.
And I know it's partially my fault. No. I fell for it. I fell for the banana in the tailpipe. I took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. But now that I know what I know, when he has moments like that last night, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm. It's kind of hard if you're a Broncos fan to not enjoy it a little bit. It really is. But that was a terrible play. But I'm watching Jackson Dart and the way that he moves, and I'm seeing the plays he is making with his legs, extending drives, scoring touchdowns, and I'm like, Bo is just as athletic as Jackson Dart.
Easily.
So I do want to see him use his legs more because it's such a weapon, but Bo, they had a run play for him a couple weeks ago, and going to the left, and people get around him, he just falls down. Mm-hmm. He's not putting himself in bad situations, which I like because we don't want him to get hurt, obviously. But at the same time, I kind of like, all right, just would like to see you use your legs a little bit more.
I'm with you. I have my rule is a simple rule when it comes to young athletic quarterbacks. In the first couple of years, while you are learning how to become an accomplished pocket passer, because ultimately your success or failure is going to be based long-term on whether or not you can dominate from the pocket. But in the process of learning it, if you're an athletic quarterback, I want you to run as much as possible. Use your legs as much as possible until you show that you are now an established pocket quarterback. And at that point, I don't want you to run at all, because there's no need for you to. But until you become that kind of quarterback, I want you to run. And Bo's not there yet. Bo just isn't an accomplished pocket, own, operate, dominate from the pocket quarterback yet. And so until that day comes, I want him to run more because he's not that good enough as a pocket quarterback where he can just rely on that. He's got to bring some other things to the toolkit, and that, based on what we saw last year, run the football, run it more. Just be smart about it.
Yeah,
but
that's
look
the
for
only
those
thing, though.
Look for those chances and take them and be smart about it. I think
he's done a good job of that overall. Of knowing when to run and when not to run, extending plays, moving in the pocket. I think it's been better this year than it was last year. But yeah, his legs are a weapon. It just you ask for it, Mike, but then if he gets dinged up, Jackson Dart was in the medical tent. Mm-hmm. He's taken some hits.
I don't want Jackson Dart ran 13 times last night?
Yes.
13 times.
13 carries.
That's way too much. I would never want to see Bo running 13 times. Would I like to see Bo run six or half of that? 5, 6, 7 times per game? Yeah. And I'm not talking about, he gets credit for a rush when he's trying to escape, a pass rush and he ends up, falling forward for a yard. I'm talking about, looking to run.
It's a fine line, though, because you want your guy to be able to win from the pocket. I don't want him looking to run a lot, right? You want to let the plays develop, but use it because it is a strength of his. So Maybe like 4 or 5 more times for Bo. If he 4 or 5 more times.
more rushes?
Yeah,
4 or
game.
5 more?
I'd be happy with that.
All right, let's do it another one.
Yeah, why not? It's Friday.
Yeah. Hey. There's no limit on how many times we bring up the Zach By Sensitivity Smear campaign, now into day number 276 throughout the course of the show. We did it once with Mark earlier. We just did it again there. Who knows? We could do it with James Palmer coming up at 8:30.
Never know.
Who knows? Who knows? Some other things happening as we set the table for the rest of the show. We had the Avalanche play last night. And, just like I was talking about the Eagles, and sometimes you just got to factor in that athletes are humans too, and that it's sometimes hard to bring that same kind of effort every single game, every single night. The Avalanche win last night, Stoke, was described as ugly, sluggish, not pretty, all those kind of words. But, in the end, you get the win, right? I have no doubt that the reason why the Avalanche weren't at their best last night is because they're looking ahead to tomorrow night. You know who they play tomorrow night?
Who?
Dallas.
Ooh.
Here.
Ooh. Love it. That'll be a good one.
All right?
Yeah.
So you tell me. Okay, I don't care what the sport is. You're a football guy. Okay, but I think you could easily think of yourself as a hockey guy in that room. You played a really impressive opening night game in L.A. You get the Utah Mammoth on a Thursday night. Yeah, it's the home opener. And, at the start, you love all the bells and whistles that go with the home opener. But come on. Back of your mind, you know that Dallas is coming to town on Saturday.
I want to kick their ass.
How can you not already be thinking about that?
Yeah, I don't know, Mike, in hockey, because they play so many games. Are they really looking ahead this early in the season? Like, oh, yeah, we got Dallas coming up. No, just overall, what's the mindset of hockey, baseball players because you're playing so many games? I never like to look too far ahead on the schedule. It's like, okay, kind of look up and say, oh yeah, we got the Jets this week. Oh, and then after the Jets game, you kind of got the Giants. Now, that was kind of the approach I tried to take for the most part. Obviously, you know the schedule and you see things. I don't know how it works in those sports because they play so many games. Just seems like you're on to the next. You're like, okay, well, who do we got next? You're not, looking ahead and circling games that, oh, yeah, game 6 we got, Florida or whatever the case may be.
I think
you think?
I think it's actually the opposite of that. I think when you play an 82-game season, you know how long the season is. And by the way, add in a long Olympic break as well into this season.
Do we have the Six Nation this year?
No, six. I think it's going to be at least 8.
8 Nation?
8 Nation.
Okay.
12 Nation? Maybe 12? I don't know. How many teams?
I was thinking about that.
How many teams send Olympic hockey teams?
Yesterday.
12 nations?
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
It's got to be more than 8, huh? Is that it?
No, there's different pools.
Yeah.
I would say there's at least 16. Johnny, can you look that up? How many countries will be represented playing hockey in the Olympics next
Listening to Leonard Skinner.
Right.
Free Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the song that was their song.
Turn it up, baby.
The Four Nation.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
What song is it you want to hear? Let's go. But back to the Avs. I do think that knowing that you have such a long season, I think you do kind of peek ahead and know the marquee games that are coming up, especially this one. I mean, come on. These guys, you're athletes. You're human. You took a look at the schedule when it came out. You telling me you didn't see Dallas at home, third game of the season, and go,
Yeah, I think you
By the way, Mikko, a goal and 2 assists last night.
Okay. You take a peek at, and you look at the big matchups, obviously, and, where you play them, when you play them. But I just think it's so early in the season. You're not going to overlook in your first game at home, your home opener, overlook that team, and you got a day off. I don't know. I think you're
I'd like some
a little bit too much
then
on that.
Then I guess I need some explanation why a team that is supposedly as locked in as the Avalanche say they are, right from the jump, playing their home opener, played a game that many people described as, fill in the blank, sluggish, sloppy, ugly.
Early in the season.
Well,
a little rusty.
Well, they look great in L.A.
I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to err on the side of the human condition.
I hope you're right there.
And they were looking ahead to Dallas.
Well, hopefully you're right on that. Maybe that's why they played a little sloppy. Good. You still won, though.
Oh, I know. Hey, believe me, that's all that matters.
It's a W.
And that's all that matters. But 12 teams. 12? That's it.
That's
12.
it.
12 hockey teams.
We don't have more.
I thought there'd be more too, yeah. But I guess it's just 12.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, you only have 2 weeks for the Olympics. You got to get through all the preliminary play, and then you get, pool play, and then you got to get into the medal play. So you can't have that many teams. But 12. 12 nations face off.
There we go.
Otherwise known as the Olympics. College football this weekend. We've got the Buffs at home against Iowa State. Nice 1:30 kickoff. I know Dion's looking forward to a nice.
How is Dion doing?
Well,
do we get a health update?
He was back at practice.
Okay.
I would anticipate you're going to see him out there tomorrow. But still time to turn the Buff season around?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, they've been, competitive. Had 14-0 leads and 2 of those in the last couple games, something like that, and they just can't finish. They haven't been able to do enough through 4 quarters to win these games, win these close football games, but they are right there. They're not getting blown out. So I think that's a positive here. And they've had some fast starts, but they just haven't been able to, finish the job, which has been frustrating.
All right, so I think we're both on the same page, right? Any season, if this season ends without a bowl bid, it's a failure of a season, correct? I mean, for everything,
certainly.
Yeah, if you don't make a bowl game,
yes,
you can't get to 6 wins. Season's a failure.
Right.
Okay,
Come on, Doc.
Well, no, come on, Dion. Listen, man, you can't talk the talk and then not walk the walk, man.
I don't think they're going to be able to get there, Mike.
Well, that was going to be my question. They're sitting here right now at 2-4.
You got 6 games left.
You got 6 games. You see 4 wins, starting with Iowa State at home tomorrow. Now, Iowa State just lost last week. At Utah, home against Arizona, at West Virginia, home against Arizona State, at Kansas State. Have you seen enough, even in these losses, that makes you think they can turn things around and win 4 of their final 6?
No, I don't. I mean, you look at their schedule and who they have. I see I don't. I see a 4 or 5 win team. I see a 4 or 5 win team this year. That's it.
You don't believe?
I'm sorry, I don't. Unless you can pull off an upset like against Iowa State at home tomorrow, early start. If you can pull that upset off, now you put yourself in a good position to possibly get to 6. But if you lose tomorrow, now you got to win 4 out of your last 5. Come on, how are they going to do that?
Well, we'll see. Iowa State won their first 5 to start the season, and they lost last week at Cincinnati 38-30, so they'll be loaded for bear. Tonight, CSU hosts Fresno State, and it seems like it's a matter of when, not if, Jay Norvell gets fired. We had Joel Klatt on, and this was his take on it.
In this day and age, with the high school recruiting window being right in that first week of December and the transfer portal opening up, you have to get ahead of that. And so you can't wait. If you wait to make a coaching change, then you miss that entire cycle. And so I would assume that when something happened, it would be happening prior to that.
So maybe it's as simple as this. I mean, you got to win tonight. You got to win tonight. Fresno State's actually a pretty good football team, 5-1, 2-0 in the conference. So you either win tonight at home, or what are you waiting for? Make a change.
Really?
Yeah, I think it comes.
See,
out of
I don't know. I'm not on board with that, honestly. I think you got to stay the course here. I know what Joel's saying.
Right, you got to get out ahead of recruiting and the portal and all that stuff. You got to have.
They had a really good. They had a good year. What did they have? 7-8 wins last year.
Okay, what have you done for me lately?
So it's just like, one bad year and we're moving on. Really? I like to show a little loyalty. I like to show a little loyalty.
It's not like he's been, just leading this program to greatness and just hit a, speed bump here. It hasn't been that great.
Stay the course.
Stay the course. Stay the course, Stokley. There you go. James Palmer joins us coming up next.
Are the Avalanche once again in a familiar situation with a crucial top 6 player?
I hate that this Netches thing is going into the season. I hate it. I hate it so much because if he starts fast, and I expect he's going to, then you're in the same situation as the Mikko thing last year. Yeah. I can't stand it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, you live with back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery? How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. Here's the best part. You can do what I did. Start your journey toward pain-free today. That's right. They've got same-day appointments. They're a phone call away, 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK. Spine One is a complete medical center for spine care. They've got exams, MRIs, physical therapy, treatment options, all in one facility, and they're going to educate you. Here's what's going on. They'll show you the pictures, the MRIs. They'll say, this is what's happening right now. This is why you're in pain, and here's what we're going to do to get you out of that pain. And I'm telling you guys, a couple of short visits, and I was healed. It was unbelievable. I suffered with so much back pain. A couple of short visits, I got my life back. I had quit playing golf, quit going to the gym, quit doing a bunch of stuff. Couldn't sleep through the night. A couple of short visits to my guys at Spine One. I was back doing all those things. They gave me my life back. They can do it for you as well. Call them, 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK, or online at spine1.com.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Catch a ride with EV and Auto. Catch a ride.
Oh no, it's the attack of Zombie Auto.
Deals. Auto wants deals.
Well, good thing Foundation Chevrolet has the best deals during Truck Month. Like the all-new 2026 heavy-duty Chevy Silverado. Ready to haul tons of candy this Halloween season.
Auto loves deals.
Treat yourself to a tricked-out truck from Foundation Chevy. And together, let's drive.
Visit FoundationChevrolet.com and catch a ride.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. The year's biggest watch event is here. The annual watch fair at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company, is happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th, at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. Discover the latest creations from the world's finest watchmakers. Explore the year's most talked about timepieces up close with hands-on access, brand representatives, and expert insights. Be among the first to explore cutting-edge designs, rare limited editions, and one-of-a-kind vintage timepieces. Plus, enjoy special 12-month financing. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Do not miss the ultimate watch experience at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company. Make your appointment today at the1916company.com for the annual watch fair happening today, Friday, October 10th, and tomorrow, Saturday, October 11th, at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks, Eats, Drinks, Scenic Views.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6, presented by Rocks Heating and Air. Then on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UNLV with pregame starting at 1. Then on 104.3 HD3, TU hockey skates with Bentley with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Job shaving.
You played in the NFL, but you were a wide receiver.
Embellishments.
I mean, sometimes I swear you're just making things up.
And amateur zoology.
I think polar bears are bigger than grizzlies.
Of course.
So make them a polar bear.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, quick audible. James Palmer will be joining us coming up at 8:45. So James Palmer coming up in about 15 minutes. Stoke here. Mark was on for the first 2 hours of the show as he's down in Jacksonville. So with the East Coast time zone, he's on his way to meet up with Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence, maybe Travis Hunter. Although
Didn't sound like it.
He said he spoke to Travis the first time he did a Jacksonville game.
Yeah.
So might be talking to Devin Lloyd, who had that big pick 6 against Patrick Mahomes the other day. So
yeah,
Mark will be calling Jacksonville and Seattle. We have an Is It Just Me Friday going on, Football Friday, giving you a chance to get whatever you want off your chest, whatever the topic may be, whatever the sport, the team may be. RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. Give it to us in the form of, is it just me? Like this one. This is my own. Stoke, this is my own Is It Just Me? Is it just me, or is it so funny, fun, positive to see how fans react to young quarterbacks? Like, for example, Jackson Dart last night. Put on a pretty good show, right? Here's just 2 texts I got within the span of about 10 minutes. Is it just me, or watching Jackson Dart reminds me of a young John Elway?
Oh, wow.
Oh, hold my beer.
Okay.
Then this one. Is it just me, or I love watching Jackson Dart compete? He reminds me of Brett Favre.
Wow.
Wow, congratulations, kid. You made it. You're the next John Elway or Brett Favre, or maybe you're the next John Elway and Brett Favre.
Combo.
No,
but he does. I mean, he goes out there and he lays it on the line. He takes shots. He is a competitor. And you love playing with a quarterback like that. But you see the impact of 2 guys on that whole franchise. Scatterboo and Jackson Dart. I mean, their impact. They lost their best wide receiver a couple weeks ago. But they got the right quarterback and they got a really good running back. And now, the defense is playing better. Look at these receivers, Little Jordan Humphrey had 4 catches, by the way. Friend of Sean.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, we know you do.
This is Whoopi.
Yeah. But, it's really amazing to see the impact that those 2 guys have had on that whole football team. And they're playing so different now. And you're talking earlier about how they should have just played him from day one, what that would have looked like, Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
But he's playing really good football, and we get to see him next week here at home.
So I know it's changed your view. How much has your view changed about this game next week?
Oh, a lot. I mean, they look like a completely different football team. So this is one where you throw away the record. I don't care what their record says. Record says 2-4. It doesn't matter. They're a different football team now than they were 5 weeks ago when Russ was their quarterback. I'm not scared of the Giants.
No.
I don't fear, like, oh, my gosh, oh, man. But at the same time, you got to look at them a little bit different than you did a few weeks ago.
That's fair.
I mean,
That's fair.
he is brought a different type of energy to that whole football team.
But, it's one thing to do it at home on a Thursday night against an Eagles team that I don't think was fully engaged, and doing it there versus, going out and doing it on the road at a place like, Denver. Because, when you're a young guy, maybe you feed on all that adrenaline and the vibe at home. And, they did it 2 weeks ago. They beat the Chargers at home. They just beat the Eagles at home. But in between, they lost to the Saints in New Orleans. So I guess until I see more from Jackson Dart and Cam Scatteraboo, I'm not going to sweat too much the idea of them coming here. Now, maybe if we were going to New York.
Sure.
And you just had maybe a big win, if the Broncos just had a big win, and all of a sudden, you're heading off to New York to play the Giants, yeah, I could see you maybe walking into a trap. Like I said, I am more worried about next week, but not as – here's how my view has changed. I was worried about next week being the trap game, not this week. I was worried about next week. But now I'm less worried about it being a trap game because of what happened last night. So I'm actually happy that the Giants beat the Eagles, even if it means that maybe now people look at the Broncos win over the Eagles in a different light. Fine, if you want to do that. But I just think it got easier for the Broncos to avoid a letdown next week because the Giants did what they did last night. And for that, thank you, Giants.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The other thing here is, the Giants have a lot of time to rest here. They played last night, so you got this whole weekend, so that's the benefit of, the Thursday night game, so they should be a well-rested football team when they do face the Broncos. But I think it was a good thing, to your point, that they did beat the Eagles. Broncos aren't going to overlook them. But it just goes to show you a couple guys on the offense and what it's done to that football team. Now, I did watch that Saints game, and I think they had 5 turnovers. The Giants did 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions. So you can look at the Saints and say, I can't believe they lost to the Saints, but that was one of those games where they just couldn't hold on to the football. It's going to be it looks like a much different game than it did 3 weeks ago.
The other thing, too, is New York is one of those sports towns. Man, if you're not winning, it is brutal. It can be really, really hard to be an athlete in that town. You know what? When things are going well, there may not be a better city to be a pro athlete in than New York because of, all the attention, the limelight. You're in New York City, and everywhere you go, people are patting you on the back, and they're excited about Jackson Dart and Cam Scatteraboo. Let them soak all that in for the next, 8-9 days. Go ahead.
Go back to college, your college game maybe.
Yeah, maybe go to a game this weekend.
All right, have fun. Everybody's patting you on the back.
Absolutely.
All right, I like it.
You know what? Just live in that world for the next 8 days. Brian Dable, exhales. He's like, oh, phew, I think I'm going to keep my job.
Well, at least for another couple weeks.
Right, so let them live in that world. By the way, the Broncos do have a game this Sunday. We just spent time talking about the Giants. We're
overlooking the Jets.
Sean would be very mad at us.
We're overlooking them, Mike.
We are overlooking them.
Wow.
And
shame on us.
Is that going to be a mistake? James Palmer will join us coming up next.
After a signature win against the Eagles, can the Broncos avoid a trap game against the struggling Jets? How will Sean Payton manage the absence of Ben Powers? We'll break it all down in a special London edition of the Fan Football Pregame Show. Live on game day starting at 6 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Stoker from my friends at Cajun Wealth. Choosing the right financial advisor is one of the best investments you can make for your financial future. Let Cajun Wealth's fiduciary advisors help you craft an income plan to meet your goals so you can focus on what matters most. Cajun Wealth understands the importance of tactical investments and tailored insights for growth in line with your risk tolerance. And as an independent firm, Cajun Wealth is not bound to just one line of products or portfolios. They have the ability to customize a portfolio to meet your own unique goals and needs. That's what I love about Cajun Wealth. Call my my friends at Trajan Wealth today to learn more about these strategies. 720-405-3300. It's a complimentary consultation, absolutely free. Call Trajan Wealth today. 720-405-3300, or you can find them online at TrajanWealth.com. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. I was talking to my buddy Troy Hansford about the housing market. Told me, hey, over this last year, the market's gone from one of the hottest it's ever been to prices declining, something people haven't seen in a long time here in Denver, Colorado. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now's the time to sell it, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my buddy Troy's still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline, he's going to scratch you a check for $5,000. Come on, who else makes that offer? The answer is nobody I know makes that offer. Troy can make that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families right now that are approved and ready to buy. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. If you've got a house to sell, give him a call. 720-900-4433. That's 720-900-4433. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. Hey, Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy. 720-900-4433.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, Stoke here. At Colorado Joint Replacement, your hip or knee replacement surgery is their first priority. They completed over 27,000 joint replacements since 2005, and their expert surgeons are committed to helping you get back to the life you love. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
It's Chevy Truck Month at Castle Rock Chevy GMC with great deals on the all-new 2026 Chevy Colorado. Built for adventure, hauling gear to the mountains, towing your toys, or just cruising in comfort. With advanced tech, bold design, and legendary Chevy durability, the Colorado is the midsize truck that works hard and plays harder. CastleRockChevroletGMC.com. Together, let's drive. Stock number T111932. MSRP $42,760. Offer includes dealer discount. Must qualify for leasing with GM Financial. $2,000 due at signing. 36-month, 10K lease. Does not include TTNL, D&H, or dealer-added accessories. This offer does not combine with any other offers. Please contact the dealer for details and restrictions. Must take delivery by October 31st, 2025. Offer ends October 31st, 2025. CastleRockChevroletGMC.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me. Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's back! Football is back, Broncos country, which means summer is almost over. And that means it's time for game days. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you got to get there in style and on time. So let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle the traffic and parking, and you handle the rest, which means have as much fun as possible and make as many memories as you can. So let Hermes Worldwide get you to and from the game safe. All you need to do is call Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Hellsberg. Shop and store are at hellsberg.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Relentless mind games.
Are you trying to get me in an really right now?
Total accountability.
You're always throwing your teammates under the bus. That's just what you do.
And a sprinkle of advanced analytics.
The Boo rating, BOO, which is balls over opponent.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Mark down in Jacksonville. He's meeting with the Jags this morning, so we got him on earlier today, 6 to 8. But talk about somebody who has a very, very high Boo rating. That would be the one and only James Palmer, our NFL insider, who joins us now. Good morning, James.
A Boo rating?
Yeah, balls over opponent.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Okay. Where are you? Where are you right now? What NFL locale are you in right now?
I'm in the basement studio right now.
Oh, are you?
I'm down here in the lair, where we do all of our shows for all of our 92 jobs.
Yeah.
We're down here in the lair. Yeah.
Just like I called Mark Schlereth the hardest working analyst out there. You're the hardest working media guy out there. No doubt about it. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's touch and go for me right now with my Phils last night. So kind of in a bad place this morning, but we're gonna get out of it.
Wow, that is a brutal. Hey, take it from a lifelong Red Sox fan. Okay, I have experienced brutal losses, man. To have your season end that way.
Throw it to first.
Ouch.
What year did you guys learn to go to first on that play? I was 6 years old. I was playing for a team called the Acorns when I learned to go to first base on that play.
Yeah, usually, especially when the catcher's there yelling, and pointing to first base. That's usually kind of trust the catcher at that point. Go to first. Well, all right. We will not dwell in your Philadelphia Philly misery, but move on to something else. Are you somebody in your years of covering the NFL? Is an NFL trap game a real thing? And are the Broncos preparing to walk into a trap on Sunday?
I think their approach has avoided the mentality of a trap game. I do think after that win, you came back home, you're riding high. Stoke knows these guys, they'll hit the town a little bit after a win like that. And you were able to put yourself in a situation, by the way Sean approached this, that you kind of insulate yourself and you go into an environment where it's just the team. And I think you have the ability to avoid it. Now, again, every player is going to think in some capacity, like they've seen what's going on with the Jets. They've seen that they can't force a turnover. They've seen the way Justin Fields has played. They've seen the way this defense has given up points. So you can't change the way players think within themselves, but I do think the Broncos have done everything right in preparing themselves to avoid said trap game overseas.
Yeah, James, do you look at that Broncos win a little bit differently now that we saw the Eagles lose another game and lose to the Giants? A lot of people around here were saying statement win, biggest win in the last 10 years, regular season win in the last 10 years. And do you look at it a little bit different now or still the same?
I look at it the same, Stoke. I do. When you went into that game and your preparation for that week was the defending Super Bowl champions who had won 20 of 21, you have to still take solace in going, we went out and we beat the defending Super Bowl champs on the road in a deficit in the fourth quarter that usually that team doesn't give up. In that environment, I think all those boxes are still checked. And again, I think everybody knows it's a long season. This is a rut the Eagles are in right now. I mean, they got outworked last night big time by a Giants team that the Broncos are going to play in 2 weeks. But I don't think it takes anything away from the win. You still, from what you accomplished within that 60 minutes and how you played within that game coming from behind, I don't think you take that away from your team, especially if you're a coaching staff. You make sure you don't take anything away from that win by the way Bo Nix and that group played. And I think Sean also found himself calling a really good game in that fourth quarter and keeping things balanced and all the different things that you can take out of a win like that. I think you still do, even though Philly went and got boat raced last night.
We're visiting with James Palmer. James, Justin Fields is a fascinating player to watch, and I wonder, do you see the potential for him to have kind of a mid-career revival like we've seen from the likes of Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield? Do you see that possibility for Justin Fields as he now starts to move from team to team?
Yeah, Mike, I know you love Baker, but
we're going to get to Baker in a second. Yeah, we'll get to Baker in a second. Man, you and Richie and that little giggle fest you had the other day. Jeez.
Was it a giggle fest?
Yeah, it sounded like it.
What's it called? Okay. I don't know if it's on that caliber, but I will say this. The Pittsburgh Steelers, to my understanding, had no interest in bringing Russell Wilson back. I mean, absolutely zero. They legitimately made an offer and wanted to bring Justin Fields back. Their offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, had a very distinct plan of what he thought could be successful with Justin Fields running that offense. I think there's traits, obviously, the athleticism and some of the other things that he brings to the table are very appealing. Now, does he make a turnaround like the two other guys you mentioned? I think that's still TBD. I think he's getting his first opportunity to be the guy. He really is. Like, those guys have now had their opportunity to be the guy. Baker for a few years in Tampa, and now, Sam had it in Minnesota, and now he's having it for a second time, and he's playing brilliantly, by the way, out in Seattle. This is the very first season where an organization has told Justin Fields, you are the guy. That didn't happen even with the team that drafted him in Chicago. And so he is experiencing faith from an organization for the first time in his career. We'll see what it comes to. But I do know Pittsburgh, if that's just a little bit of a tell, really wanted to bring him back and essentially just got outbid by the Jets and what they were willing to pay for Justin Fields.
James, looking at the AFC West here, Chargers looked like they were going to be running away with it, and now they've dropped a couple games and tied with the Broncos. Chiefs, another tough loss for them. They got the Lions this week. How do you see the AFC West breaking out?
Yeah, I'm not panicking about the Chiefs because what I saw in that game, guys, against Jacksonville, over like 7.6 yards a play against a team that was the fifth best defense coming into that game. Patrick Mahomes moved the football up and down the field. The offensive line played better, so the play action and the bootlegs were rolling, and they still don't have Rashee Rice back. I don't think I have any fear of them putting up points. I think Pat's actually in a pretty good spot with Worthy coming back, and you saw the offense operate the way they wanted it to from the start of the season when I talked to people in that building. And the offensive line's coming together a little bit, like I mentioned. Defensively, like, they're giving up 6.1 yards a play on the ground. The last time somebody gave up that many yards on the ground per play? The 1934 Cincinnati Reds. So it's been a minute since somebody's been that bad against the run. And now they have this two-headed monster in Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery coming to town that I think can just run the football and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. The only caveat I would say is, how many times have we seen Steve Spagnuolo's defense struggle in September and get better as the season went on? It's almost a yearly thing. So we'll see. I don't know if they have the horses they've had in the past defensively, but in the Chargers, it's just like these injuries are they're catastrophic, honestly. You've lost your backfield. You've lost both your tackles. And it's Justin Herbert's getting hit at just an insane rate. I think Denver is actually in a very, very good spot, and a very good spot in the AFC as a whole. Cincinnati is not a threat at all. The Ravens right now don't appear to be a threat in the AFC at all. Now, can they turn it around? Possibly. But I think the field has shifted a little bit in the AFC as a whole. Houston hasn't been what we thought they would be. I think Denver is actually in a really, really good spot right now.
James Palmer joined us. Yeah, it got back to me, you and Richie Carney on the DenverSports.com show about going after me because I didn't like the Bo Nix Baker Mayfield.
I want you to tell me why you don't like the comparison.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
Because all I had was Richie being, the intermediate area, and he can skew it. You never know. So I want to hear you.
Well, Richie looks like Baker. They have the same body types. That's why that resonates for Richie. But no, do I expect or would I hope that by year 8, Bo Nix is putting up 41 touchdowns and 16 interceptions in a season? Absolutely. But do I feel comfortable with the comp being for Bo Nix, a guy who is on his, fourth team in 8 years, who just a couple years ago was on a scout team playing defensive end wearing one of those yellow pennies during the course of a practice? Would I
the word penny in a minute.
Would I like to see that be the comp for Bo Nix, knowing what I know about Baker Mayfield's long, winding journey to get to this point? Let's just say when I heard Vic Fangio make the Bo Baker comparison, I was kind of underwhelmed by it. And while I give Baker Mayfield a lot of credit for what he's been able to do with his career, the fact that his career is what his career is, that is 54-54 as a starter, 2-3 in the playoffs, I guess I just have the bar set a little bit higher for Bo Nix. That's all.
Okay. I would say this. I would skew my answer into this direction. I don't think you want the Baker Mayfield path. I think you want the Baker Mayfield that's playing football right now. And I think that's a good comp. Like, I don't think you want Bo Nix's path to be Baker's. I don't think Baker wants his path to be what it was. But I think you wouldn't be put off by a guy going 29-33 for 379 or whatever it was against one of the best defenses in football in Seattle this past week, and has put up more touchdowns than the mass majority of players over the last 2 years. I would say there are comps, and I think the makeup is the comp that I like. So when I talked to people in Philly after the Denver game, they said the biggest things that jumped out at them about Bo Nix, and these are guys on the defensive staff, it was his poise in the fourth quarter was outstanding. Nothing phases him, is what I was told. And he just keeps coming at you over and over again. Those are Baker Mayfield traits. And if you don't like the comp, just look at the traits themselves. I think those are really, really good traits for your quarterback to have. People don't like playing Baker. He's annoying. And if you can annoy defenses and you can bother them the way Baker does because you never give up and the relentlessness you have is through the roof. I was talking to Sterling Shepard yesterday, who's known Baker since they played together at OU. And he was just like, our entire locker room has this will to win and this mentality that no matter how much time's left on the clock, we're not going to lose. And Baker has put that through our entire building. Like, I don't know how that's a negative, but I do agree with you. I don't think you want the path for Bo Nix to be what Baker is. But I think if Bo Nix plays the way Baker is playing right now and makes defenses feel the way Baker has made defenses feel lately, which there has been some comparison, I don't think that's entirely a bad thing.
All right, give us a quick prediction for Sunday.
Ooh, I think it's a boat race. It should. They can't. They're going to play some good zone again. I think against this team, and Justin Fields has been terrible against zone. They can getting tons of pressure without having to blitz, which is that was the biggest thing that came out of me in Philly, guys, was them not having to bring extra pressure and get into Jalen Hurts. And now they can simulate pressure, but still bring pressure and play things differently defensively. This group's outstanding, and Benito's been through the roof. And you're getting healthier on defense. This should be an easy game to win. It really should. But now you go, well, did they watch a Giants game and go, oh man, we better get ready for next week.
Yeah.
These Giants are really playing well. But I liked your take earlier on the Giants situation, Mike. I thought that was really, really poignant. So I will give you kudos on that.
Poignant.
I think
take
it was.
poignant.
It was. I was listening. I was listening.
I'll take poignant. It's
you
could have just said
wonderful.
it was good. It was spot on. Instead you said
no.
poignant. I love it.
Poignant.
All right. Thank you, James.
Poignant, my friend. Take it easy, guys.
James Palmer. All right. We'll get back into It Is It Just Me Friday. Also, we got our fantasy lineups and more with our Football Friday rolling on next.
Do the issues for the Buffs this season begin on the sideline?
I do not think it's a good look for Deion Sanders to continue to say we have more talent than our opponent and we're losing. Because me, just as a football fan, when you say that and you go to that well, I just start thinking of coaching.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is happening? Stoke here for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auction for over 40 years. And what a week it was. Some great auctions. Don't worry, got some great ones that will be ending next week. Some that are open for bidding right now. All you got to do is go to rollerauction.com to get logged in, to get signed up. It's free. It's easy. It's open to the public. The best part about it is you're going to get some great deals on great items. Next week, open for bidding right now with over 590 items in it. A reconditioned Power Tools office furniture auction will be ending on Monday, October 13th at 1 o'clock in the morning. Open for bidding right now. Over 590 items in it. All kinds of cool items in this one. Tools and office furniture. And then the following day, a former Boston Market headquarters auction will be ending. It's what I love about Roller Auction. There's always have unique, cool auctions and items that you're not going to find anywhere else. Go see it all and get yourself a great deal. rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The most personalizable, affordable pickup/SUV/whatever you want it to be. Learn more and reserve yours at slate.auto.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6, presented by Rocks Heating and Air. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UNLV with pregame starting at 1. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Bentley with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WisteraCU.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Passive aggression.
Oh, Mark. Sweet, naive, childlike Mark.
Culinary techniques.
So you got the crawfish, you got the tail, you pinch, twist, and some people like to slurp it. You're a slurper.
And backhanded apologies.
You know what? I would like to officially apologize to you, Mike. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. You're skinny. I'm fat.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right.
Rolling into our final hour here. It's a fun. Well, all our hours are fun. And by the way, let me take this moment real quick. I want to thank all of our great listeners because what we've accomplished over the last several months could not have been accomplished without you. Yeah, we try to do our best every single day. We put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. We work hard with it, but ultimately it comes down to your support, and we can't thank you enough. As the Fan, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is the number one ranked, rated sports station in town in the most recent ratings book. And this show, thanks to Brandon Stokley,
you're welcome,
is the number one ranked, rated morning sports show here in Denver. So number ones across the board. Thank you very much. Couldn't do it without you. And we love the fact that you love having fun with us. We love having fun with you. Let's keep it going and carry on and keep having a lot of fun and a lot of success. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We've got the Broncos and Jets coming up on Sunday. Boy, does it make you nervous, Stoke, that we've actually spent more time today talking about what we saw from the Giants last night against the Eagles and the idea of playing the Giants next week than we have been spending time on the Jets?
A little bit.
Make you nervous a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, but the Jets stink. You know, it's not fun to talk about a football team that's terrible. So I don't think the Broncos are overlooking them. I don't think they're going to do that. But, you know, it's one of those games where you got to go out there and you got to execute, and you don't want to, like, give the Jets life. I mean, they played some close games. They have, you know. I mean, they had some teams. They had the Buccaneers on the ropes. Should have won that game, and they blow it. I mean, the Dolphins game. So it's not like their first game of the year against the Steelers. It's not like they're getting blown out in all these games. You don't want to give them life, though, if you're the Broncos.
Right.
Don't keep that thing close early. But they are a bad football team. But it does kind of make me a little bit nervous that we're just kind of like, well, we beat the Eagles last week. We got the Jets this week. Who cares about the Jets? Because we got the Giants next week.
Right.
That's going to be a fun game. So you kind of just, this game in the middle here is one that again, I don't think the Broncos are going to do that, though. I don't think they're I'm overlooking it. And it's an early start game. It's Sunday morning. And just like, all right, you know, that thing's going to be over quick. Broncos take care of business. James Palmer, blowout. Mark saying blowout. I'm probably going to predict a blowout. Makes me nervous, though, because it is the NFL. We see this stuff all the time.
Well, something else to consider when you're looking at the intangibles about this matchup. Like, we've been saying how it's good that the Broncos are over there in London because it helps them probably avoid the letdown factor coming off that Eagles win, that they've just been kind of sequestered out there in the, you know, the English countryside and just kind of, you know, purging the Eagles win and then getting refocused on the Jets. But also look at it from the Jets standpoint, if you would. They're 0-5. As we said earlier, there probably isn't a worse town to be bad in than New York. And they're 0-5, and they're hearing all kinds of junk. But guess what they've been doing this week? They got over to London like on Tuesday, and they've been just kind of hanging out as a team, and a lot of the distractions of being a New York athlete aren't there over in London right now for them. So I could see how they might be looking at this as kind of a fresh start week. Okay, we're 0-5, but hey, this is an opportunity. Let's get away from the noise, and let's kind of reconnect and see if we can't turn our season around. So if being over there can work for the Broncos, I can also see how it might work for the Jets, considering their circumstances.
No, I mean, you make a lot of good points there. Certainly, you know, sometimes when you're kind of in a rut, you know, just getting away and doing something a little bit different, that could be good for them. And, you know, you do have the dynamics of Justin Fields' legs in play here. You know, that can be a game changer. You know, we've seen this guy, he runs like a running back. And so it's that makes me a little bit nervous. But the Broncos did do a pretty good job against him last year when he was starting for Pittsburgh. But, you know, you have that at play where all of a sudden it's it's a fourth down play and he gets out of the pocket and he has a 50-yard run like he did a couple weeks ago, and that makes me a little bit nervous. And if the Broncos offense looks like it did for 3 quarters against Philly and you're not scoring a lot of points, you get in those close football games, which the Jets have been in 3 of them this year.
Okay, your thoughts on the game, let us know. We also have a lot coming up this hour. We got our predictions. We've got our Survivor pool picks. And coming up, does Brandon Stokley's fantasy football misery continue? And we'll find that out and pick our teams for this week next.
Will Nick Benito extend his lead as the NFL sack leader? Can J.K. Dobbins continue his hot start in the run game? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at O'Meara Ford. Pick your truck, pick your payment during the model year-end clearance at O'Meara Ford. Guys, you can choose from over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. Get low monthly lease payments like on a new 2025 Ford F-150 for only $449 a month. Or how about this? A new 2025 Ford Ranger for $269 down and $269 a month. O'Meara's low prices, above market trade-in values, and just announced 0% APR is going to have you saving thousands of dollars, guys. You can buy with confidence with the O'Meara Advantage. Get this. Get 2 years of free maintenance, guys. Come on. How does it get any better? O'Meara accepts I-10s and credit approvals are reaching 98% right now. So come see us at 104th and I-25. You can check everything out at o'mearaford.com for complete details, guys. Stock SKF 18820, SLA 87980. Excludes government tax and fees and a $7.99 dealer and handling fee. Check them out. That's O'Meara Ford at o'mearaford.com.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Big deals on windows and siding. Order in October, finance with them, and pay nothing until November 2027. Be warm for the holidays. Call 5280 Exteriors. Low monthly payments. 5280 Exteriors. The altitude of quality.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Peanut butter and jelly, music and dancing, salt and pepper. At Excel Energy, we believe some things just work better together. Like a heat pump, the 2-in-1 unit that can both cool and heat your home. And better yet, it does so using energy more efficiently than a traditional HVAC system. Better yet, you can also save money on a heat pump with rebates at excelenergy.com/heat pumps. Cooling, heating, and savings. That's a lot to get pumped about. All in one package.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Tune into Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos.
Well. Hold on, we gotta play this.
Hope Johnny got his notebook this week.
My, how old Mo has changed here. I'm no longer the cellar dweller. I'm no longer everybody's homecoming game.
You've had a good run.
I got a little streak going when it comes to our fantasy team. So let us recap what happened last week. Let's bring in Johnny Fever. Johnny, what were the results?
I did remember my notebook this week, so that's good. Mike, you went with Saquon Barkley, Cortland Sutton, J.K. Dobbins, Elliott, the kicker for the Eagles, and Bo Nix. And you had a score of 73.98. Stoke, you went with Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Eagles defense, R.J. Harvey, and A.J. Brown for a score of 55.2.
Wow. Man, it's a bummer.
Starting to question yourself?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Can't lie. A little doubt creeping in my mind. That might have been a one-year wonder. Last year, dominated, and it's just Super Bowl hangover, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing it with the Eagles right now.
Yep.
That was me last year. Just dominated, just thought I was going to do it all over again, and I overlooked you, honestly. And now you kind of partnered with Mark a little bit, and y'all two are kind of getting y'all's mojo back, like the good old days. So it's been a tough start to the year, but I'm ready.
I mean, I'm starting to think that your performance last year was kind of like Tebow Mania.
Yeah.
You know, it was fun. It was interesting. It was new. It was fresh. It was exciting. But deep down, we all kind of thought, can it last?
Right.
You know, and so you got to prove. You got to prove that you can be, can you do it every year, or are you just a flash in the pan? So,
I'm ready, though.
All right, let's get to it. We got this
Okay.
week's matchup. All right, so we got the Broncos and we have the Jets. I get to go first. So I'm going to ride the hot hand. I'm going to go with J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. I got to do a little research
What?
right now.
You already knew you were going to pick first.
What?
You knew you weren't going to pick first, so you should be ready to go.
No, I know, but I was just you got me in a little bit of a funk there, talking about my great year I had last year, and then how I stink this year.
Well,
so I've kind of
psychological sports warfare,
yes,
right there.
Well done.
Fantasy football warfare, right there.
I got to look and see who the Jets, and I mean, can you go with anybody on the Jets? Sure you can. Let me go with Breece Hall.
Oh, okay. That's a solid pick. Why not? I think that's a good pick. He's been great for me. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna go with Cortland Sutton. He's been my ride or die guy. Let's go.
Wow, here I go again. See, this is why I lose every week. This is it right here. I mean,
Johnny, does this not sound like me last year?
This would
like,
be the third straight week after the first pick, Stoke. You just
loses
fold.
it. You fold.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna start calling you origami.
But I got to go with Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna against Cincy. I picked all the Cincy players. Last week, I picked like 3 Eagles players, and then now I'm going down this road again.
Well,
but you kind of put me in that.
You don't have to. You can stop. There are other
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. You know there's a guy named Patrick Surtain that plays for the Broncos. You do know that, right?
Yeah, we're going to get him matched up on the White Shadow. We're going to be motioning him all over the place.
All right, so you got Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. I got J.K. Dobbins and Cortland Sutton. Let's see. What do I want to do? Tell you what, I think what we saw from this guy last week is a sign of more to come, and I'm excited. I'm going to go with my flex. I'm going to go with Evan Ingram.
Okay. Well, see, I'm not going to fall into the trap to where I get put in a corner. I think you made a mistake here.
You do?
I do. I think you made a mistake here. I think you should have gone with Bo Nix.
Well,
you didn't.
But I'm thinking of the fantasy
and you
value
didn't.
of these quarterbacks.
No, I know. I got you. And but I just can't go another week and have 3 players on my team from the Jets.
But does it really make sense for you to stack a couple of Jets players and then go with a Bronco quarterback? Does that make sense?
Has it worked the other way for me? It hasn't, so I'm going to do something different this week, and I'm going to go with Bo Nix. Good try, though. Good try to get me to reconsider that. It's not my first rodeo, Mike.
All right, so that leaves me then. I've got I already know my quarterback is, so that frees me up for the defense and flex position. Let's see. You know what? I actually don't think – I think this might be a little bit higher scoring. I don't know if the Broncos just completely shut them down defensively. I could see some points being scored. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with Will Lutz as my kicker. Get some points there.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to go Broncos defense.
Okay.
And then you're going to go with Justin Fields, right?
Yeah, and then you get a flex.
I get a flex here. Whew. Okay.
Board's wide open for you. I mean, you can go with anybody. You can go with
yeah, no, thanks, Mike.
You can go with Troy Franklin.
I could go with Adam Troutman.
You can go with Troutman. Nate Atkins played well last week.
I might go Bidet.
You can go with Bidet.
He's on the list.
How about Josh Reynolds, the former Bronco? He's over there with the Jets.
Is he really?
Alan Lazard.
Oh, my gosh.
Lazard's out? Okay. Mason Taylor, their tight end. Very excited.
Do I go with
Jeremy Ruckert?
I think I got to go all in here. I got to get me a Bronco. I got to go Bronco player here, and it needs to be a pass catcher for Bo Nix. And so I am going to go with either Troy Franklin or Marvin Mims here. So that's what it's coming down to for me.
Okay.
One
you
of
can't
those
get
two.
both of them.
I'm not going with R.J. Harvey. I haven't seen,
big play capability though, Stoke.
For who? But if he's not in the lineup, if he's not in the game, it's hard to make big plays from the sideline. Give me your guy that you were hyping up this offseason. Remember who that was?
Troy Franklin.
That's right. Just see that pop quiz.
Yeah.
Making sure you remember who you were talking about this whole offseason.
I like spreading so much praise this offseason.
I like his big play potential. I hope he rewards me.
All right. Johnny, you need to set a line on this one. I have Justin Fields, J.K. Dobbins, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram, and Will Lutz. Stoke has Bo Nix, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Troy Franklin, and the Broncos D.
These lines are always so hard to set because you guys always lose by like 20 or more. I have to set Mike as the favorite just because he's won a couple in a row. Although I like your draft strategy because I almost would have went Bo Nix second.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that Mike didn't get him. But you got value there getting Bo Nix third, Garrett Wilson in between. I'll set Mike as a 12.5 point favorite.
Whoa! Yeah, see, I feel good about my team. My team. So I owe you for last week.
You owe me breakfast.
Yeah,
you owe us breakfast.
Yeah. Well, Johnny doesn't eat McDonald's,
yeah, I know.
but I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to.
That wee little frame over there packs an eating punch.
I want to stuff a hash brown down Johnny's mouth.
I know.
And have him just do it. Everyone loves a hash brown.
Exactly.
You can't not like the hash brown.
It's not like your body's going to explode or anything like that. I mean, I don't know what you think.
We don't know.
I don't think you know what's going to happen to you. I think
I might eat one in hour 1 and spontaneous combustion in hour 3. We don't know.
You don't know what you don't know until you know it.
No way. I agree with you.
I like my team though.
You like your team?
I do. I like my team this week. I feel much better about my team.
You think I left the door open by taking Ingram instead of Bo, huh?
Yes, okay. I do.
That might come back to haunt me.
To your point, Justin Fields is that fantasy guy because he can score and he can make plays with his legs. Rushing.
That's the only. Please do not take me passing on Bo and ending up with Fields as like some huge ringing endorsement for Justin Fields, the quarterback. It's Justin Fields, the running back who happens to play quarterback.
Yes.
There's a difference.
But I like the Broncos setup. their defense, I think they're going to do a good job against them.
Yeah, I hope so.
But I think if you would have gone Bo, now I would have been – I mean, you would have had all Broncos. I would have been – if the Broncos played well, I would have been in a tough spot.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. And, so those are our teams, and we'll see what happens. By the way, trivia yesterday, we went 2-2. The drive went 1-3.
Nice. Good job. Nice work.
I was listening at the time that they were doing our questions. There was a minimum, a little bit of griping, a little bit of grousing, but not too bad.
You got me yelling now.
They handled their defeat with class.
Okay.
So I was
impossible.
I was proud of them. Coming up next, we'll get to our Survivor picks and more Is It Just Me's next.
Are the Avalanche once again in a familiar situation with a crucial top 6 player?
I hate that this Netches thing is going into the season. I hate it. I hate it so much because if he starts fast, and I expect he's going to, then you're in the same situation as the Mikko thing last year. Yeah. I can't stand it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, we are really lucky to follow some really good teams here in Colorado. I'd love to introduce you to another great team, and that's one at Advanced Hair Restoration. Led by Dr. Tanya Pauls and her all-star team, they can help you regain your lost hair and everything that comes along with it. More confidence, energy, ambition, along with a desire to be more active and healthy. Advanced Hair Restoration is home to their simple one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. You choose how much and where, and Advanced Hair does the rest. You want to ring an endorsement? How about this? 20 years ago, I had this very same procedure done with the legend herself, Dr. Tanya Pauls. Took my rapidly receding hairline and stopped it dead in its tracks. And 2 decades later, it's solid. It's hanging in there. It's still growing. And you want proof? Check out the live video of our show on our station website or our social media clips. You'll see for yourself. See, check that out. Oh, yes. Glorious. Receding hairline, thinning hair, that expanding bald spot. See what Advanced Hair can do for you. For a limited time, get a free consultation, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Call 720-459-HAIR and at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
When joint pain holds you back, trust the experts at Colorado Joint Replacement, part of Advent Health, one of the nation's largest healthcare providers. With 4 convenient locations in Denver, Lone Tree, Littleton, and Cheyenne, Wyoming, their team focuses solely on hip and knee replacements. You'll receive expert, compassionate care, the latest technology, and a personalized surgical plan to get you moving again. For peace of mind and better outcome, visit coloradojoint.org and schedule your appointment today. That's coloradojoint.org.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX, Rocks Heating and Air.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6, presented by Rocks Heating and Air. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD2, Air Force football faces UNLV with pregame starting at 1. Then on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Bentley with pregame starting at at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at wistaracu.com.
It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Self-appointed nicknames.
Obviously, I am the hockey guy at this station.
Grammar lessons.
High five, Fama Jamma.
And Oscar-worthy impressions.
My version was, get off my plane.
Okay.
Yours was, get off my plane.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, we'll get to our Survivor picks in just a second. Mark down in Jacksonville. He's meeting with Liam Cohen, Duval, and the Jags. He's calling Jags and Seattle this weekend, so he was on earlier in the show. He did pass along his Survivor pick to Johnny. We'll get to that in a second. But following our hash brown conversation, you said you'd just love to just shove a hash brown down Johnny Fever's gullet just to see how he'd react to eating food that he doesn't normally put inside that temple of his. Rich says, I absolutely hate potatoes, and my two uncles are from Ireland. See, Rich, this is you can't paint a wide brush here with potatoes, because potatoes are done in so many different forms. Like, for example, like a hash brown. Oh, I'll eat hash browns all day long. I mean, those are amazing. You give me a baked potato, like we're talking about foods that you ate so much of as a kid that as an adult, you're kind of like, I've kind of lost my taste for them.
Yeah.
Like raisins, peanut butter and jelly. I'd put baked potato in that category. My mom.
You eat a lot of baked potatoes
I
growing
don't.
up?
Oh, every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday, whatever we had for Sunday dinner included a baked potato. I am kind of done with baked potatoes.
Really?
Yeah. My wife loves, my alleged wife, loves baked potatoes.
Your wife told you to stop doing that. You keep doing it.
Well, I figure
she said she didn't like Mark and I to do it, but you continue to do it. So now I'm like, well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to get back in on it.
Oh, you're saying you weren't going to do it?
Well,
if I just said my wife, you were just going to leave it alone? You weren't going to like snicker or chortle or guffaw or anything like that?
Maybe.
So my wife loves baked potato, and I'm like, she goes, I make a baked potato. I'm like, what's that?
I'm
you
not
don't like
out.
baked potato? I'm like,
Thanks a lot, Mike. I'm not out on baked potatoes.
Really?
Good baked potato, butter, cheese. Yeah, I'm in.
Well, if I'm going to have a baked potato, the accoutrement has got to be strong. There's got to be all kinds of stuff. There's got to be the sour cream. There's got to be the cheese. There's got to be the bacon. There's got to be the chives. There's got to be all that stuff to load on it. If you just give me a baked potato with butter, I'm like, I'll pass.
Yeah, cheese and bacon bits. Bam, butter, cheese, and bacon.
There
bits.
There you go. Now we can talk about it. Let's get to our Survivor picks.
See,
Now remember,
last week was so disappointing for me because I took Arizona, and if anybody saw how they lost that game,
wow.
Okay, that has to be two of the craziest plays that I've ever seen happen in football, and they happened to the same team in the second half. You're talking about a guy that's about to break off a 70-something yard touchdown run, drops the ball.
Yeah.
They were going to go up 28-6 at that point.
Yeah.
It was over. And then they get an interception. And the guy that intercepted it falls on the ground and just fumbles the ball.
Mm-hmm.
No one tackled him. No one touched him. He just fumbled the ball. And then they have three players around the ball. And instead of jumping on it, they hit the ball all over the place, and it squirts out into the end zone. And then Tennessee recovers it for a touchdown.
I know.
It's absolutely insanity, and that's the team I had.
So can you answer this question? Because I should have this committed to memory, but I had to look it up just to be sure. Between your regular season stats and your playoff stats, you know how many touchdowns you scored in your career?
I think I do. Well, 39?
39 in the regular season.
Oh, okay, I don't know about
and 7 in the playoffs.
Okay.
So 46 times you scored in the NFL. Can you, as somebody who has better experience than most when it comes to scoring NFL touchdowns, can you explain the whole dropping the ball? Never mind dropping the ball short of the goal line. Tell me why even when you cross the plane and you're in the end zone, can you give me some insight into why at that moment football players feel like they have to drop the ball? What's the message behind that? The thinking? Help me.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. You're right, because why you just drop? I mean, it's really odd. I will say this. When you're scoring a touchdown, it's like you're in a whole different body. Your thoughts, the things that are going through your mind, and all of those things. Euphoria, the excitement, the adrenaline. The adrenaline that's getting you going is like, I'm scoring a touchdown. This is awesome, right? And so I think that's what happens to guys. You're not like yourself. It's like an out of body experience. Does that make sense?
But
you have all these different emotions going through you, and you're not even thinking. Because I guarantee you, they talked about that. They said they did. The Cardinals. Gannon put it up there. Showed the guy from the Colts. So did every other NFL team. And then a week later, you have a guy from that team that just drops the ball. How can you explain that?
That's the thing. I understand what you're saying. The euphoria, it's almost like an out-of-body experience, and you just kind of lose your head now that you're scoring a touchdown. But there's so many different ways that you could act in that
but you're not
out-of-body experience. Why dropping
thinking.
the ball? Why is just all of a sudden dropping the ball the thing that comes to mind?
You're just
what I think it is? I think it's kind of a conscious or subconscious, almost like a nonchalance. Like, I score touchdowns. This is no big deal. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I score touchdowns. No big deal. Drop the ball.
Huh. Yeah.
I mean, unless somebody can come up with a better theory.
I just did. Mine's better than yours. Unless someone can come up. I just did.
All right.
That's what I did.
All right.
I don't.
Who am I to say? You did it 46 times. I only did it once. No, I didn't do it any time. So, yeah. All right, let's get to our Survivor picks. Now, our Survivor pool this year is not like the one that you typically find yourself in. We can lose a game and you're not automatically eliminated. We just keep an overall record of how we're doing. But you can only use a team once.
Right.
So, Johnny, you want to recap where Stoke is and as we set up his pick?
Yeah, and if it was a Survivor pick, I'd be the only one out. So at least I get a mulligan a couple times.
Right.
Stoke, I'm about to save you from yourself.
Really?
So you went with the Cardinals last week, and because I forgot my notebook last week, I allowed you to pick the Cardinals.
Oh.
We need our handy dandy.
I'd already picked them?
You picked the Cardinals in week 2, so because of my own malfeasance,
loophole.
You get a W.
Loophole.
Yes.
Oh, saved by a bookkeeping error.
Oh. The
So
dog ate my homework, Johnny.
Stoke improves to 5-0.
Wow.
Mike, you picked the Vikings. They won, so you're 5-0. Stink also took the Vikings. He's 5-0. Ty took the Lions. He's 5-0. And even though I lost, at least this team lost, I picked the Chiefs. They lost, so I am 3-2.
Okay.
All right,
buckle up.
What teams has Stoke picked that he can't use this week?
Broncos, Cardinals, Commanders, and Patriots.
All right.
I got my game.
All right, go ahead.
I will go with the Green Bay Packers. Go, Pack, go.
Solid.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What about me? What teams have I used?
You have picked the Commanders, Cowboys, Seahawks, Lions, and Vikings.
Yeah, I'm not going to think this one too long. Give me Green Bay as well. All right. And what did Stink go with?
Stink picked the Broncos.
You took the Broncos.
Sorry, I was scrolling
Okay.
through my,
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Stink believes strongly. Okay, I love that.
I already picked the Broncos.
Yeah. And what about you, Ty?
Johnny's efforting, so I don't know who I have.
Oh,
have
sorry.
picked.
You went with the Bucks, Cowboys, Chiefs, Texans, and Lions.
Okay. So I know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to go with the Rammies over the Ravens.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Who's playing the Ravens? Who?
The Rams.
Oh, wow.
At this point, if they lose, they're 1-5.
Yeah,
And
plus,
they're still,
even if Lamar comes back,
they're still a favorite to win the division.
I mean, Lamar's still out. He was the DNP yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing this
Right.
week.
Yeah,
I don't
Schefter
either.
reported it's
So he's out.
likely not this
All
week.
right, so that's probably 1-5. And then
Right.
But they're still favored to win the division?
They were
as of earlier this week?
I think it was a coin flip with them in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because nobody really buys Pittsburgh yet.
Right.
But, boy, the path has been cleared for Pittsburgh,
And you got Cleveland and Cincy, who they both stink, so they don't have a chance to win it.
Right.
But I just don't know if the Ravens can overcome this start. How long is Lamar going to be out for? And then they have all kind of other injuries also.
Right. And even if you get him back, you could be staring at something where you basically have to run the table.
But you do play Pittsburgh twice still.
True.
You haven't played them yet.
True.
That could be things could change really quickly. I don't like making predictions early about divisions. You let the thing play out a little bit.
Right.
You don't want to.
Only a fool would come out and say a division was, quote, a wrap after 3 weeks.
I mean, who would do that?
Only a dummy.
I mean, we don't need to go that. Just somebody that made a mistake, not a dummy.
Made an honest mistake, and
you don't have to call him a dummy.
They feel an honest mistake that they feel bad about, and they would very much like a chance for retribution.
They probably really regret it, and they probably want to apologize for saying something so dumb.
That would
be your ass.
That's what a classy person would do. Yeah,
right.
You're right. I got you. Johnny, real quick, 3-2. Johnny, come on now. Let's go.
I've been struggling.
Let's go.
So I am also going to go with the Rams.
Wow. Okay.
All right. All right, we shall see.
On the road, cross country.
They've gone cross country a couple times already, too. So, but they are coming off a bad loss. The Rams are.
Ooh.
They'll be loaded for bear. They lost to the 49ers at home. So
4th down stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Big. Yeah.
Not a whole lot of imagination on the play call there from Wonder McVay, huh?
I've heard some people, they just ran it right up the right side. I've heard some people criticize it, but I look at it and say, okay, 4th and 1, what are we going to throw it? You want to throw it? Or can we just line up and say, hey, let's go offensive line, move somebody, let's get a yard here.
Can you imagine if Sean made that kind of a call and just ran it over
on 4th and 1?
Or ran it over McGlinchey and Miners and it got stuffed? People would be howling.
Well, imagine if he threw it and it was incomplete.
I think
people would be like, "Why are you throwing on 4th and 1?"
I think people would have given the benefit of the doubt because they know this offensive. They know this run game is so inconsistent.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather just trust J.K. Dobbins.
Speaking of which, we'll get to our predictions.
Adam Prentice, fullback dive.
Fullback dive.
Over the left
Can
guard.
Never go wrong with the fullback dive.
We're gonna go for Mark Schlereth with the fullback dive.
Howard Griffith. Here we go. All right, we'll get to our predictions. Busy sports weekend. We'll lay it all out for you next.
After a signature win against the Eagles, can the Broncos avoid a trap game against the struggling Jets? How will Sean Payton manage the absence of Ben Powers? We'll break it all down in a special London edition of the Fan Football Pregame Show. Live on game day starting at 6 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is happening, fellas? Happy Friday to you. Stoke here from my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, right? No big deal. But then it happened a second time, third time, or more. Now you know it's a problem. But it doesn't have to be that way, fellas. Stop procrastinating. Start taking your health seriously again. My friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they have treatments when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can have you last an hour or more. And Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic has served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade, and they have successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Like I said, stop procrastinating. Start taking your health seriously again. Reach out to my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, new and improved office over there in the Rock, and Colorado Springs. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900, or you can find them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Denver fans, game day starts at Twin Peaks. Your hometown football HQ is giving away exclusive team jerseys every game day. Catch every Denver matchup, cheer loud, and you could score big. Just ask your Twin Peaks girl for the play-by-play. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
What's going on, everybody? Philip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code for my friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
This is Hall of Famer Terrell Davis here to tell you about my friends at Colorado Credit Union. Great plays start with a solid game plan, and the same goes for home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing, or tapping into your home's equity, Colorado Credit Union has the mortgage and home equity options to fit your needs. Ready to make your next big move? Visit ccu.org to learn how Colorado Credit Union can help. Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Your new Dell PC with Intel Core Ultra helps you handle a lot when your holiday to-dos get to be a lot. Get yours at Dell.com/deals.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's a Bud Light Football Friday. Bud Light, an official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. Forced surrender.
I tried. We tried. Didn't work. You have my permission. Have fun. Every Friday.
I didn't know if I was going to do it. And
well, you got a little bit of a sluggish start. You were kind of like the Avalanche last night, a little bit sluggish in the performance, but in the end, you delivered the 2 points.
Yeah,
came alive.
Yeah, that the big Coke
helped.
Yeah,
yep.
Definitely helped.
Been enjoying everybody's reaction throughout the course of the day. Those of you watching on our YouTube page, thank you very much. From Jason. Guys, I got 27-16 Broncos after yet again a slow start to the game. Unfortunately, that's becoming a trend. Is it just me? Sean needs to be better with his script to start the game.
I don't know about that. I mean, they need to get off to a faster start. I don't have anything that I look at and say it's bad play calling. Guys just haven't gone out there and executed. I mean, have you seen stuff where you say, oh, I don't know why they ran that play on 1st and 10 or that was a bad pass play. I haven't noticed anything like that. I just think this group, I mean, let's be honest, we don't have, top-tier playmakers on the offensive side of the football. Would you agree with that?
I'd agree, but I've signed up for the fact I'm distancing myself from Sean's Bo top 5 quarterback in the next couple of years talk, and I'm just grading Bo on he's a second-year quarterback. So that means now I'm back to expecting and understanding that there's going to be ebbs and flows, dips and rises in his play. And the whole play calling thing, I get it. You want to believe in Bo. You want to be a Bo-lever. You want to make excuses for Bo and just say it's the play calling. I do a running note-taking commentary during the course of the entire game, and over the first 10 drives of the game, every single drive, I think except one, had a note where Bo should have done this, Bo missed that, Bo took a bad sack, Bo took intentional grounding, Bo missed on an overthrow, Bo missed a guy running wide open. He was not good. but he was great in the fourth quarter, and they came away with a win. And you know what? I've fully embraced the idea of what you talked about, that at least for now, and it might be the entire season, that this offense in Bo's going to be blowing hot and cold. And that's part of rooting for and watching a second-year guy.
Yeah, exactly. But to your point there, Mike, you're talking about fourth quarter. I mean, how about that? That's where the money is made. What can you do in the fourth quarter when the game's on the line? Can you deliver or not? And he delivered in a big way. And hopefully that's something that he can build off of or use later in the season, or this team can use later in the season. I am really hoping that what they did there in the fourth will maybe open Sean's eyes when it comes to running the football a little bit more. Now, you got to have success doing it. It's hard to stick with it when it's going for 2 yards, 1 yard, no gain. So you need to have that success, but you saw the payoff. You wore Philly out in the fourth quarter. Their pass rush wasn't the same. They were on their heels a little bit, and that offensive line got going, and there was some momentum there. I think that can carry over. That's one of the things I'm hoping carries over is the commitment to the running game.
Ty, we got a lot of things to talk about in preview this weekend, so let's get to it. Let's get to our predictions.
Prediction? Yes, prediction. Hey.
Let's start with college football. CSU tonight at home against Fresno State. They're a 6.5-point underdog for the purpose of conversation. By the way, hearing from some folks who are saying that even if you want to fire Jay Norvell, you save about like $1.5 to $2 million on the buyout if you wait till after December 1st. Hey, looking at some of the calendar dates, the fact that college recruiting is already underway, the transfer portal opens up on January 2nd. I don't think you want to put yourself behind the rest of the pack when it comes to recruiting and portal stuff just to save $1 million or two. If you don't think he's the guy, do it now. Rip the Band-Aid off. Get somebody in there that you think can be the answer and let that person go to work when it comes to recruiting and portal stuff. So
that's a tough one, that's a lot of dough.
Well,
I don't know. Get Joel to write a check or something.
Dreesen?
Yeah. Dreesen got, what's the alumni base look like at CSU? Are we gonna pony up the money to Dreesen knows people?
Dreesen could pass the hat. I'm sure Dreesen would be a good.
I'm just saying that's a big chunk.
My point, it is a big chunk, but my point is if you want to compete with the big boys in college football, if you're going to be,
Mike, they're not.
But if you want to be, okay, but if you want to be, you can't let $1.5 or $2 million get in the way of doing what's right for your football program. If you're going to be waiting to fire a guy that you know you're going to fire, but you don't want to do it now, even though you know it's going to put you at a competitive advantage in recruiting in the portal just to save $1 million, then you're not prepared to play big boy football.
Mountain West, Mike. That's not big time football.
But
not anymore.
Well, if you want to be a big boy in the Mountain West, you got to do that.
Yeah, I don't. I think with the finances the way they are now, and everything that's going on, that's a lot of money, man. You look at the other sports that get impacted also. Unless you have a donor or booster that says, here's $1.5 million check. Boom, I want him gone.
I'm going to text Dreesen.
He pass the hat?
He can pass the hat. He can just scratch a check. Come on.
People know me.
It's Dreesen. All right. Do the Rammies win tonight?
No.
Do the Buffs win tomorrow against Iowa State?
No.
Is it going to be yet another one of those painful losses where they're right there until the fourth quarter, and then when it's all said and done, Deion throws his players under the bus saying they just can't finish?
You don't believe? Whoa, that's not being nice.
Come on.
Being nice.
Have you listened to his post games? He's
You don't believe?
He pretty much puts it on the players. He'll do the obligatory. I got to be better. We got to be better. But he keeps
But they
talking,
have to play better.
He keeps talking. Well, I agree with you. I've always been players more than coaches. But for those of you who believe that if when you win, it's all the players.
When I say what you think,
if you're somebody that believes when they win, it's all the players who did it. When they lose, it's all the coach's fault. Well, then you got to put this on Deion.
A little bit of both.
I agree with you. I think they lose too. I love this text. Is it just me, or if we had the same goalie situation to begin last year as we do this year, the Avs would be 0-2 instead of 2-0? You're exactly right. Exactly right.
I was thinking the same thing.
Goaltending situation so much better off. Wedgie, great job, Scott Wedgwood. getting the Avs off to that 2-0 start. They play Dallas tomorrow night at home.
Oh, the
What do you got?
return.
The return of Mikko.
Oh, W.
Yeah.
W.
Yeah.
I want to kick their ass.
I mean, there's no way you can fully get revenge for a playoff loss.
No, that's
it's
over,
like when
man.
you guys lost the playoff game to the Ravens, and then the next year.
Why you got to talk?
I'm sorry. I'm just using
I
it
get
as
it,
an
but
example.
it's not.
But it's still not. You're not like getting full revenge, okay? But you can get partial revenge, and I think the Avalanche do that tomorrow night, right?
Thanks for bringing that up on the last
Oh,
second
I'm
of
sorry.
a Friday.
I just need to keep.
I
you,
like the
need to keep you
Broncos.
grounded.
I like the Broncos. 27-10.
27-10 Broncos. Okay, I'm going to go Broncos. I think it's going to be a little bit more high scoring for both teams. I'm going to go Broncos 31-21.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy your weekend.
You too, buddy.
All right. Up and early Sunday morning for football.
NFL Network?
Yes.
But also on a local channel.
I think it'll be on a local
Okay.
channel, too.
All right.
And we'll be back bright and early with you at 6 a.m. on Monday to break it all down on a Bronco Reaction Monday. In the meantime, get ready for Dover Cecil. They're coming your way next.
Do the issues for the Buffs this season begin on the sideline?
I do not think it's a good look for Deion Sanders to continue to say we have more talent than our opponent and we're losing. Because me, just as a football fan, when you say that and you go to that well, I just start thinking of coaching.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS,